Hello everyone! Welcome to another stream of Little Busters. Today, we're going to finish Cood's story. And I might stream a little bit less today, because I'm going somewhere. But, for the time being, let's wrap up Cood's big thing. I have everything ready, right? Yeah, I have everything ready. Let's go. I was so worried that I could not eat. I was so worried that I couldn't finish the chapter today that I could not eat. There had been no news at all that lightened my mood. It was just then my mobile began ringing. Yes, a grating sound came into my ear. Hello, hello? The noise was too loud. I could hear something like an explosion in the background as well. Hello, Cood, is that you? Ricky! Suddenly her voice became clear enough to catch. Cood, I can hear you. What's going on with you? Ricky, thank goodness. Cood, what's wrong? I thought I would never get to hear your voice again. And I... Her voice was shaking. I think fear was audible in her voice. Crash. A breaking sound was coming over from the phone. Sob. What on earth is happening? Cood, you have to calm down. Hey, Blue Thunder. How you doing? It's good to see ya. Her fear appeared to have breached its threshold as she broke into convulsive sobbing. To get her out of the panic, I spoke to her as loud as possible. My mother. Everyone says it's all her fault. Oh, it's terrible. I'm scared. I'm so scared, Ricky. Help me out of here. Crash. The breaking sound was approaching rapidly. Help me. Crash, bang, slam, smash. Cood? Ricky, help! Hung up. Beep. The call was suddenly terminated. Damn, what the hell is going on over there? I texted her, believing that an email should still get through. My ringtone sounded, but that wasn't for Cood's reply. It was a mail telling me that my message hadn't been delivered. I slammed my fists hard on the table. People around me turned to look at me in surprise. How utterly stupid of me to have given Cood such a promise. I didn't even know at all what was going on with her. I'm doing good, Blue Thunder. All's good today. How are you? Even though I heard her shaking voice, even though she had begged me for help, I could do nothing but for her whatsoever. My mind was filled with regret. The memory became clear, an image, the truth that I'd forgotten. How terrible. I'm scared, so scared. Help me, Ricky. The breaking sound was approaching rapidly. Hey, Minim. You didn't miss much. Cood is in danger, Minim. But good to see you too. Help me. Crash, bang, slam, smash. Cood. Ricky, help me. All of a sudden, Grandfather grabbed my hand and threw me. Kunya, get down! At the same time, there was the sound of multiple gunshots. My cell phone was lying on the ground. Crack! Someone came into the room and stepped on the cell phone. The person was one of my mother's co-workers. I'd seen her before. She was just like in my memory. I couldn't remember her name. You're okay, chilling, you're watching Pokemon. Cool. Oh, it's you! Ivan Sergeyevich, so this is where you were. She had been one of the astronaut candidates and had insisted the launch was premature. She was from the opposing faction that had dropped out of the project. I'd seen her yelling on TV. She'd been denouncing Mother and the project and spouting hatred. Drop the gun. There's no reason for us to fight. The people who forced the launch must atone for their sins. That's what the angry masses outside want. You intend to kill us and use our bodies as fertilizer? You would make such a great sacrifice to Hainuele or Ugetsu. Are you from Veterak? Your home island sank and you're blaming it on the launch. If you prayed to Naru, he can probably make you a new island. If not for the launch, the countermeasures would have been done in time. I couldn't pick up the gun. I understood now. I'd remembered everything. There was nothing I could do in such a horrible situation. I ran away from it. There would be no do-overs. Where is Chirusha? I have no reason to tell you that. We have a use for the Laika girl. Laika? You're Kunya. Surprising. What's the meaning of this? The fake Laika? Why is she here? A failure that ran away after all that money was squandered on her. Why is she here? She turned the gun on me. I couldn't move. She was staring at me. I was frozen stiff. It was only natural. What she said, it was what they'd always said in my hometown before I came home. This is your parents' fault. The result of getting carried away with dreams and aspirations. She must repent. Things are like this because of the disaster somebody caused. Stop it. This girl is innocent. Indeed. Nexie will be telling me that neither are you at fault. The gun barrel was shaking. Her arm was shaking as she yelled angrily that even though there have already been so many sacrifices, more are necessary, that even if you were just to stop now, something would still have to be sacrificed. If so, there's no need to continue. You said it's Mother's fault. Is that true? Why did this kind of accident happen? Was it someone's fault? Does someone need to take responsibility? Or maybe nobody did anything wrong and nobody needs to be blamed. Is that how it is? Nobody answered. Of course, I don't know the answer. Who messed up? Can't they come to an agreement without laying blame? Nobody answered. Soon I was connected to Mother's co-worker by handcuffs. Grandfather and the others were thrown into a storehouse being used as a jail. I could only watch. Mother's co-worker pulled me by the hand. I didn't feel like resisting. I'm sorry. My words didn't reach her. Remembered a conversation with Ricky. Tradition belonged to the people who originally lived on the island. When you make a wish, you draw a coat of arms for it and submerge it in water. I heard that this cave was one place they prayed. Only women who follow the island's goddess may enter. My handcuffs were removed and the crest drawn. The air grew chill. The water was so cold it hurt. Please, don't take my mother's cloak. I could sense the derision. Stupid girl. That's what I heard. I must look silly. This is probably what I wished for. To make sure my last memory wasn't of ordinary life. This is the result of me wishing to spend time here. All that was left was the pitch-black prison. It was cold, dark, lonely, like the emptiness of space. I couldn't change what had already happened. I was trapped in chains. I could hear them rattling. They were a precaution to make sure I couldn't run away. Because a weakling like me would definitely run. I was determined to keep myself restrained until the very end. Someone as weak and useless as me should just stay chained up and rot, like that dog that burned up in the atmosphere that no one knew about. I'm just like Ototachibana, or maybe Andromeda, I whispered, but there was nobody to hear me. I had no future, and as such I cannot stay in that kind of place. I forsook everything for my selfishness. This place suits me, just like that Kudravaka. This place is like that. This place is like space, pitch black, empty, and connected to nothing. With no place to go home to, I have nowhere I belong. The fake Laika, the rather appropriate name that I kept hearing. That's why I am like that Kudravaka. Unlike that Kudravaka who was ignorant, I know how it ends. I know what's ahead. That's why I'm like Kudravaka. At least, I want it to be a quiet little gear. If I abandoned my feelings, shut up, and disappear, would everyone forgive me? They wouldn't say it was unnecessary, would they? Heard the sound of the chains rustling, and the door was locked. No, I've been alone for a long time. I'm just going back to that. It's not sad. It's not hard or painful. See, look, I'm not crying. Kud, I murmured. Yes, what is it, Ricky? Oh no, it's not good. I knew that even if I called her name, nothing would change. There was no way that I could find her sweet scent of warmth here. Kud, I sat down on my bed. It might be too late now, but I was full of remorse. Should I have persuaded her not to go for the sake of her safety? No, that's not it. For my sake. Should I have told her not to go for my own sake? I regretted that I hadn't, despite the fact that I had so grandly told her to go. I should have just told her not to go. I buried my head in my hands. I was full of regret. I couldn't stand being in the noisy classroom. I unsteadily walked into the hallway. My vision was shaky. I bumped into somebody. Wow! Sorry. Before I could resume walking, the person spoke up to me. Oh, Ricky-kun? It was Komori-san carrying her bag. Sorry, I was spacing out. It's fine, it was my fault. No worries. Riki-kun, you look really pale. Are you okay? I'm fine. You don't look fine, Riki-kun. Actually, I'm just out of it. I see. Komari-san quietly nodded. You haven't been eating much either. Masato-kun, Kyosuke-san, everyone's worried. Yeah. You should eat something. Komari-san rummaged through her skirt pocket. Oh, there it is. Here, have this. She handed me a candy wrapped in a strawberry-colored paper. Thanks. She started talking while she watched me fiddle with the wrapper. It's one of Ku-chan's strawberry toffees. It's the last one. She gave it to me before she left. It's a rare treat that makes you feel super energetic when you eat it. The power of the strawberry candy will make you feel all fine, thank you too. Yeah. I took it out of the wrapper and put it in my mouth. It was sweet, really sweet. It's from Ku-chan. That's why I think it's truly delicious. Komari-san smiled as she spoke. Why don't we sit down? Komari-san sat down and took something out of her bag. Komari-san, what is that? What do you think it is? The bat and the duckbill. Duckbill is a platypus. It's a picture book from that one time. Komari-san had dropped her journal of ideas once. Remembered that and responded. Yep, bingo! So you finished it? Actually, I wanted to give it to Ku-chan, but I didn't make it in time. If I had just had one more day. Her trip home had been so sudden there hadn't been time. Komari-san seemed sad about it. You know, I just couldn't think of a good way to tell the story. Tell the story? Isn't it the same as back then? Nope. The bat found that where he belongs is the night sky. But when I showed it to Rin-chan, she said it wasn't convincing. What part wasn't convincing? She said, I'm not sure how to explain it. But this ending isn't like you. When I was looking at it again in my room, Ku-chan said it was fine the way it is. When you wish for everything, you lose it all. If you want happiness, say the opposite. If you want friends, say you're heading out alone. Komari-san seemed annoyed at herself for being unable to convey it well. Ku-chan, she whispered to herself. She really does have foreign blood flowing through her veins after all, I thought to myself. Ni puha ni pura. Komari-san, that's... The words that slipped from Komari-san's mouth were Ku's good luck charm. It's Ku-chan's good luck charm. It comes from people saying, hope you catch nothing, to hunters when they head it out. If you say, hope you catch a lot, bad people will take the prey. That's why you say the opposite. Yui-chan told me so. Kuragaya-san did? It seems like Yui-chan had lived overseas before too. Must have heard it somewhere. When I heard it, I was a little sad. If you want a good fortune, you have to wish for misfortune. I didn't know how to put that way of thinking into a book. That's why I couldn't complete it in time. Komari-san, the meaning of that good luck charm weighed heavily on my heart. Instead, I drew another book. It's the story of a dog who's aiming for beyond the sky, rides on a star, and comes back. She journeys alone, but then comes back and lives happily ever after. When I gave it to Ku-chan, she said, that's just like you. I can't say your good luck charm, Ku-chan. It's fine, Komari-san. Everyone makes wishes their own way. I have my way, you have yours. Everyone wishes in their own way. Even though the wish is the same, there are different ways to make it. It's funny, that might be the reason we're all here. Ku-chan, instead, I'm giving you this book. Wafu, thank you! Won't forget any of you. Also, I'm sorry, I'm being selfish by leaving here. Sorry, I'm really sorry. You were supporting her, weren't you, Riki-kun? Yeah. Then her wish will definitely come true. You wished it, so it'll definitely be okay. Komari-san encouraged me with a smile on her face. Thanks, Komari-san. No, I can't really do much. Even with the picture book about the dog, I got help from Rin-chan before I finally finished it. So that's where you were, Komari-chan. Rin. Rin was accompanied by her cats. Woof, the dogs were also with her. Komari-chan, can you help me walk Strelka and them? Taking care of them, Rin? Kud asked me to. She also said Strelka will be a mother soon, so please take care of her. I'll leave the naming of the puppies to you. She also gave me their collars and leashes. Kud had left her dogs to Rin. That at least would put Kud's heart at ease, and Rin is living up to it. She may have changed again without me noticing. thanks to the influence of people like Kud and Komari-san. Rin-chan, let's go! See you, Riki-kun. Cheer up! Yeah. Riki! What, Rin? Look! Rin took something out of her coat pocket and handed it to me. What? Riley reached out and took it. It was a cup jelly. You better eat it. Okay, Rin. Thanks. Let's go, Komari-chan. Okay. Rin and Komari-san left the courtyard along with the cats and dogs. I ate the jelly. It was strawberry flavored. Without thinking anything, I was gazing up to the sky at a courtyard bench. Someone's shadow covered me. Riki, you awake? Yeah. What's up, Kyosuke? I went to the dorm head's room and got a message for you from the girls' dorm head. What is it? She said she has to clean out the room Nomi lived in. I see. And she found some of her stuff left behind and doesn't know what to do with it. It was a given that the room was no longer used by Kud, and it needed to be prepared for another student to move in. Did Nomi tell you anything about the room, Riki? Come to think of it, she asked me to take care of her stuff. Alright, then you get the stuff and decide how to deal with it. Okay, thanks, Kyosuke. He silently gave me a tap on my shoulder, and then he left the courtyard. Went to the dorm head's room for Kud's stuff. It was a gray cardboard box that I remembered seeing before. The box was taped over and over. What could be inside? Opened it with a pocket knife. Books? Introduction to Space Technology, Aerospace Propulsion Systems, MWNT techniques? They all looked difficult to read. Besides those books, they were miscellaneous items. A small dirty globe poked full of thumbtacks, a telescope with a broken lens, and a planisphere. Heavenly bodies in the solar system. Model kit? This must be what Kud lent Komari-san before. It's also a miniature rocket and a shuttle. Those looked to have been handled often as well, judging by how worn and dirty they were. What came out next was her blue mug. Upon close inspection, I found a space satellite drawn on it. Kud. I learned the contents of the box that Kud wouldn't open when she was getting ready to move out. They showed her wishes for the future. These items were all for her to connect to somebody she had been looking up to. The box was full of those kinds of things. Didn't want to have time to deal with it. Hang on. So, could you please throw it away for me? Should I really throw these away? It was clear that Kud had been treasuring each and every one of them for ages. It must have been filled with sorrow on the inside when asking me to throw them away. Starting to think that what I had done for her was just driving her into a corner. Picked up a pamphlet that titled as History of Tassa. Huh? It was a postcard with a picture stuck between the pages. The picture was of a sky whose dark blue color verged on black. It was captioned as "The sky 50 nautical miles away." What are nautical miles? I turned the card over to see who the sender was. The name was written in characters I couldn't read. Just one line was in Japanese. Dear Kunya, let's go and see it together someday. You can't throw these away, Kud. I can't possibly throw them away. What is this? Notice a transparent black plastic bag on the bottom of the box. A small piece of metal and a machine part were inside. When I went to take them out, the piece of metal fell to the floor with a clang. I picked it up. A dog tag? I remembered some classmate wearing one as an accessory. I rubbed the surface of the tag. I didn't know how to pronounce any of those characters, so I could just about read them. The first one was C. Next one was the lowercase t. Uncapitalized P and Y? I couldn't read what it said, but I knew you write people's names on dog tags. But who could it be? It's definitely the name of someone connected to Kud. The machine part looked to have been scorched by intense heat. It consisted of distorted screws or gear parts. Just what was this thing? I ended up being unable to figure it out. Like any other day, I was thinking about Kud. Sitting on the empty bed, I was absently imagining what she was doing. My head felt heavy, probably because I hadn't had much sleep for the last few days. Sleepiness and weariness were encumbering my entire body like a lead harness. I idly toyed with the dog tag and machine part in my hand. Gradually, a noise began to emerge in my consciousness. Just like before, I woke up from a dream, or before I was about to fall into a dream. When it felt like my body was getting detached from reality, the noise was much like that feeling. Clang clang. The sound like that of rusty chains was coming out of thin air. And I could hear someone's voice. It was a weak, fragile whisper. How long have I been in here? Clang clang. The sound of heavy chains. I'm cold. Cling, clang, I'm so cold. Cling, clang, the chains alone kept making their brutal noise. I wonder if everybody is doing well. Are they getting along well? Are they smiling as usual? What time is it now? Heard somebody letting out small breaths. Painful, distressing breaths. My biological clock isn't reliable at all. I don't even know if I'm hungry or not. It was Coot's voice. It seemed like her voice could reach me only when my consciousness was blurred. I had no idea how that could be possible. However, I did definitely recognize it as Coot's voice. I don't remember when, but I recall telling her I could hear her wherever she was. Even though I was feeling the gloom in her voice, I couldn't do anything for her. I could do nothing but just listen to her words. Nothing at all. Ha, ha. Each night, Coot's voice grew weaker and weaker. I forgot to tell Ricky something. I couldn't tell him something that important. Heard the splashing of water. It's the evidence that I've been trying not to remember something. It's my regret over being so selfish. It's cold. The water's so cold. Heard the sound of dripping water and chains clanking. Wonder if this is for the best. I'm sorry. Sorry. He was apologizing to somebody. I know once it's out, everything will come to an end. I must not let that happen, because this world isn't mine alone. Her voice was so hoarse it was difficult to make out the words, but that's why I'm so grateful that I could at least tell him I loved him. If Ricky throws that away, I can accept that. In the darkness, I focused all my attention on the palm of my hand. There's something hard there, something rugged and cold. I opened my eyes. In our dim room, I slowly opened up my hand. Is this thing what she meant? Why? How come? In my hand was that partially melted piece of machinery. This is what she wanted me to throw away. This is what she left behind. But what is this? How come she asked me to do it? Something that made her remember about her homeland, that which she'd been wishing for. What was it? Must be something I hadn't realized yet, and I felt like I was almost on the verge of realizing it. God, a killer headache assaulted me, and my consciousness was dragged into darkness. My body was full of thirst and pain. My consciousness was still drifted in the darkness. Ha, ha. I could hear Coot's labored breathing. Ha, ha, ha. She drew in a deep breath. My life, will it save everyone else? Is God going to save them? I abandoned everything for the one I love. Am I atoning for it by doing this? Or maybe this is just the punishment I deserve. I can't think of anything anymore. Just one more thing. Wonder if I was useful. Did I become a properly working gear? A gear that helps the world move. That's what Coot had thought. Her feelings of being out of place. That she wasn't something people thought about because she was bent and useless. A crooked cogwheel that serves no purpose for the world. That's definitely right, so I have nothing to say back. That wasn't correct. She thought herself a useless gear. I wasn't correct at all. If you lived compliantly, people said you were fitting in like a gear in a clockwork. The world indeed resembled a huge clock. Hang on a minute. Need a drink? Sorry if there was a loud noise outside. Even if a gear of spring was missing, it would compensate and keep on ticking forever and ever. And if there was no missing gear or spring, that was half true. But it was half wrong. It's okay. It's okay. Good. Even if there are replaceable gear or a bent spring, people move the clock, that is, the world, simply by being there. Even if we're not the ideal shape for the gear, we are what we are. There's no one like me. There's no one like Coot. I am who I am. She is who she is. We talk, touch, and love each other. We can change the world little by little. I want to change it so we can keep moving forward. That's why I wanted to tell her she was wrong. If Coot's wish was to become a gear, then I wanted to tell her that's wrong. Even though I could hear her voice, I couldn't do anything for her. I wasn't at the same place as she. Therefore, I couldn't do anything. Coot alone was spinning that world at the moment. Therefore, I couldn't do anything. But that's why I had to tell her. I didn't care even if she couldn't hear me. I didn't care even if my feelings couldn't reach her. I just had to tell her. So I shouted out, Coot! Kujavaka! Oh no, poor Cood. Cood's face lifted. There was a dull sheen in her eyes. Gradually, color began returning to them, as though she was seeing a blue sky projected in that dim, cave-like room. Riki? It seemed like I have gone crazy at last. I just heard Riki's voice. Geez, how should I put it? It was wonderful to hear his voice, even if it wasn't real. Aha, it's no wonder, since it must have come from my memory. That's wrong. Cood, raise your head. Riki? Riki! Can't you see me? I can see you, Cood. Riki! Her face twisted. It seemed to be dissolving into an expression of joy at having recognized that I can see her. The sight was like that of a craftsman animating his doll. Riki! 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 The chains binding her were clanking furiously, and then they were to stretch as far as they could extend. However, she would not stop moving forward. Just a few minutes earlier, she had seemed to be devoid of life. Where was her power coming from? What brought her back to life? Cood, stop that. Don't move. She was gritting her teeth in exertion. Her double teeth could be seen. They bit into her purplish blue lips so that blood flowed. She was twirling the chains in order to somehow free herself of them. However, she was only hurting herself. For an instant, I regretted having let her hear my voice. Cood, there's blood on your wrist. There's blood. Ha! Riki, where are you? I can't see you. This is terrible. Where are you? I can't see you. Her words broke into sobs, even though her voice had sounded cold and emotionless in that darkness only moments earlier. She was now weeping with overflowing emotions. I want you to stroke my hair again. I want you to hold my hand. And, Riki, I want you to hug me so tightly. I thought you had given me enough. Tears were streaming down her face. She tried to pull her left arm out of its holds. Wanted to turn my eyes away. Was it possible for her to break off a chain like that? Even I could tell, and of course, so could she. Nevertheless, she was struggling with all her might to get even an inch closer to me, screaming and crying for all she was worth. Oh, Riki! Cough, cough. She finally leaned back on the wall again and let her body hang limp. Riki, where are you? I know, this is insane, Minim. Are we playing hide and seek? Geez, if only Strelka were here. I would ask her to find you, but she isn't. What should I do? A soft smile floated on her face. That violent outburst of grief and tears had further exhausted her already depleted reserves of energy. Yet she wouldn't show any anger at this unjust situation, at this unkind, ugly, and boundlessly merciless world. You shouldn't come to a place like this. There are only things you don't have to know or see here. Why was this happening? Anger filled me with just that one question. Don't be mad. I had to do this. This is the only way to make everyone accept the irrational. They can't come to terms with how much they've lost. Hence, they pray to God, believing that He must be able to do something about this. He must be somewhere and able to help us out. Therefore, I'm the... Cough, cough. She coughed. I'm the sacrifice to make it happen. This was beyond absurd. It was just a macabre joke. How could sacrificing a girl possibly quell the disaster? It was a complete impossibility, but praying to God might be the only thing we could do when driven to a corner. Although I didn't want to believe it, I couldn't believe it. It might be the case. I've been prepared for this for a long time. This happened to my parents too. That day, because of my mother, the island, my world collapsed. So they had to cough. I found it out afterwards. It was right before we went on our school trip. I had the chance to go back, but I didn't. How very selfish of me. I'm such a nasty, useless daughter. I could have made it back, but I refused to. I can't forget that, no matter how much I regret it. So this time, I must. I had no idea what she was talking about. I failed to become a cosmonaut. That's why I think what's happening to me now is what I wish for. I'm happy. Very, very happy. No way. How could she say that? How could she be happy when being chained down in this darkness? I didn't go back. She whispered my name. Because you were there. You were the first person in my life who didn't laugh when I told them my name. Of course I know that nobody means offense. No one ever does anything with bad intentions. But even knowing that, I felt bad at being laughed at. But Ricky, you alone didn't laugh. That was all. That alone was enough to make you different from other people. It was just that, but that alone made me happy. I couldn't say anything. I was stupid, so I made a mistake at the critical moment. That thing is a piece of the crashed rocket that I got afterward. It is a wreckage of my feelings. If Ricky threw it away, my regret should finally disappear completely. It should have disappeared. She was sobbing. But why? Why do I still have regrets? Deep down, I wanted to be next to you. I'm so pathetic. I'm such a selfish, hopeless girl. If I had known that, he'd hate me. But it's fine, isn't it? There's no way. Ricky's here. I'm just talking to myself. To myself. Tears were running down her face. Cough. She was coughing violently. Because of the change, she couldn't even bring her hands to her sore throat or chest. She kept scratching her body on the cold rocks. Cood, the girl who was trying to be a gear that nobody wished for, her body so tiny and fragile, looked like nothing more than a thin crystal needle about to break at any moment. The water level was getting higher. Rain, or river water. It's time to say goodbye, Ricky. Her voice was gradually growing distant. Oh, it's lagging. Great. It was the voice of one who had given up everything. I shouted, yelling at her. Don't give up. Refresh? Oh, you refreshed. I kept yelling out loud. Neither of us had anything. Neither of us had any means to fight against this brutal situation, this world. But I still believed that it was wrong, to let her go of her true feelings and kill herself. I didn't want to understand how it would be something helpful for the world. I didn't want to let it be the purpose of her life, so I wasn't going to give up. Don't give up. But, don't you want to come back, Cood? Cood. Want to? Louder. I want to come back. I reached my hand into the darkness ahead. Reach for my hand, Cood. The change made a disgusting noise. I felt like there was a cold, impenetrable wall sitting between my consciousness and hers. I should have realized that there was no way I could reach her. Was there anything out there that could reach from one to across... Wait, was there anything out there that could reach from one to another across any distance? Yes, there was just one thing. If you believe, then definitely we'll be connected. Maybe. I pictured it. The gear painted on my arm and the tree on Cood's. I heard the wall giving way. Ricky? Even when nothing could work, I still believed. I wanted to believe, without a shadow of a doubt. I wanted to believe right from the bottom of my heart that she and I were connected. That might have sounded stupid to anyone else, but that was why I couldn't give up my feelings of love for her. And that was why this had to be returned to her. Regret, affection. I couldn't cast away any of those feelings. Reach out for my hand, Cood. If you love me, if you really love me, reach out for my hand. Ricky! Don't give up. Don't give up. Ricky! And then I felt like I caught hold of her hand, throwing through the cold wall. This is... She was staring hard at the object shining dully in the rock prison. Why, Ricky? Pain, suffering, heat, cold. Felt like I was sharing all of her sensations. Cood, I, was staring dumbly down on that thing on her tiny hand. There was only one thing she had to do. Let's go, Cood. She nodded, knowing that. She tightened her fingers around that chunk of metal, and with all her strength hurled it. Boom! A sound indescribably louder than the shattering of glass split my ears. The change turned to rust and exploded into fragments. Some of the pieces fell down into her body. In the next moment, her body gained the freedom and sank into the cold water. She was struggling to lift herself up as the water surged into her mouth. Oh my gosh, I know. Her wrists were in pain. It was disgusting to see blood streaming down my sides and back. To make matters worse, her legs felt like iron, barely able to move. Despite that, she took one step forward. Ha! Ha ha! She waded through the cold water, gasping and wobbling. I heard her deep breathing. Ha! 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 Beyond the darkness, there was a light as small as the point of a needle. However, it seemed so far away, and she kept slipping on the earth and sand underfoot. Hang in there, Cood, hang in there. Up she climbed desperately. Toward the light. Well, the light. The searing light blinded her eyes, and simultaneously a strong sea breeze assaulted her with the smell of salt. During the short time until her eyes adapted to light, she tried to draw in as much of the fresh air as she could. She then lifted her eyes up to the sky. What jumped into her eyes was a vast sky surrounding her in every direction. From its zenith, the colors expanded from beautiful dark blue to a ruby red. Cood, I let out a sigh of relief. The sky's color was just like that of her treasured mug. It was just like the sky seemed 50 nautical miles away. The scene that made you feel like you were flying far, far away. The breathtaking gradation of the deep blue. What a beautiful sky! It's very beautiful. It makes me feel like I can also get anywhere. Right now, I feel like I could get to the one I love in an instant. The amazingly beautiful sky where blue and violet mix. Retsu Retan Tu Homu, she whispered quietly. The sky she saw at that moment was brilliant enough to shake one's very soul. Oh my goodness. I opened my eyes. I was in our room, lying flat on my bed, on my back and on my bed. Tentatively, I brought my closed hand in front of my face, and then opened it slowly. The melted machine part wasn't there. My hand was full of bleeding gashes from having clenched it too tightly in my fist. I clasped my hand and closed again. Had that been a dream? But I did remember so vividly the sky Cood had been staring up at. I stopped in front of a TV being displayed in the window of an electronics store. As the UN forces plan progresses, the countries neighboring Tevuya are one by one lifting their blockades. Spokesperson had announced that Tevuya has now been shifted down to a Phase 4. Pacific Rim Economic System has announced their restructuring project that aims to build a launch ring at the rocket's crash site. Apart from certain parts of the country, a lot of other reconstruction work is also well underway. The survivors are being sent to the countries they requested after receiving medical checkups. Tassa's amphibious vessel, Sagittarius, has arrived in Kaohsiung and is presently headed for Singapore. What are you watching, Ricky? Is there an interesting show? The cell phone in my chest pocket vibrated. It's from Cood. From little Coo? So she's finally coming back? Hey, Ricky, where are you going? Masato said something to me as I took off running, but I didn't catch his words. I ran and ran. It was just a short period of time, but every moment felt frustratingly, painfully long. I arrived at the school gate. She's here! There she stood. Her hat and cloak were covered in dust, mud, and machine oil, but it was Cood. A wind shook the treetops and made her cloak flutter. Cood! The girl right before me looked at the spitting image of the girl I loved. You are Cood, right? But I had to ask, because I couldn't believe my eyes, even though I had been wishing so hard that she would come back to me. No, it wasn't because I had wished so hard for it that I couldn't believe it. I stretched out my arm toward her as if to ascertain if this was real. Cood? In response to that, she reached out hers and our hands joined together. Aww. I could feel the warm, tiny palm of her hand in mine. I'm back, Ricky. To my ears, those words of hers sounded like mission complete. My Kujavaka has come home. Kujavaka was back. She came back proudly with that smile that made me love her so. Did you get my mail? I nodded in confirmation. I see. I was a little surprised to find you were here to welcome me back. It's, so to speak, Bakusu, I guess. Even at this touching reunion, she didn't hesitate to make a joke. Cood? Wafoo! I pulled her in and hugged her. I wrapped my arms tightly around her small body. I'm back, Ricky. In my embrace, she tenderly slid her arms around my back. I could feel her warmth through my school uniform. I heard of the other teammates hailing us. Let's go, Ricky! Yeah, we separated from each other. She gave me a grin. Having brushed away the tears from the corners of my eyes, I began to walk with Cood. They started again. These regular lives, our teeny, tiny everyday lives as gears in this big clockwork. And with gratitude and love we welcomed them. Declaring our return home to the world, my beloved girl and I took our first steps onward again. And there we go. So lovely. I know. Cood's story is pretty intense. Might be my favorite of the stories. But we did it, Manam. We finished Cood's story. Huzzah! That was a good ending. And to think, Manam, that was only the ending of one story. Whew. Let's enjoy the music. Now that Cood's story is over, guys, now we can start the real story. The real big story. GG. Thank you, Blue Thunder. Thank you. I might be able to get the real story, like immediately, but if not, then we can start from the beginning again. What'd you think? Did you like it? Did you like it? You hated it, didn't you? It was the worst story ever. I knew it. I knew it. And none of you liked Cood, right? Definitely not the most popular character in the series or anything. Nah, Cood's great. You hated it? Oh, dang. Oh, well. That's great. Great time. Very emotional. Powerful and emotional. But yep, Manam and Blue Thunder, it's now time to continue with the real story with Rin. That student exchange program thing that she didn't want to do because of this other school that had a massive bus accident with only 2 survivors on it. So that'll be something. What? Oh. Early afternoon, home EC room. Cood had called me here after getting out of the hospital. Cood! When I called out, she spun around and around. I'm back! Ricky! Yeah, welcome home, Cood. Cood was holding a blue and black paper bag to her chest. The bag had Tessa stylized on it. There was a rustling sound as she opened the bag. She dropped the bag. With both hands, she held out the plastic case she'd taken out. It was a DVD case. The case was dirty. Its edges were twisted and warped. Looked like it had been damaged in a fire. I stopped looking at the case and looked Cood in the eyes. They were blue eyes and you could get lost in. I was lost in her eyes that seemed to be reflecting the sky. Ricky, I have a request. Watch this. With me. Okay. I silently nodded. There was a laptop on the table. It was the faintest noise of it reading the DVD. The picture came up on the monitor. It showed the screen, and it showed the title of a game, of an anime, called Little Busters. Dun-dun-dun-dun. No, it showed a small woman with ink-colored hair. She was wearing blue coveralls. It looked like a flight suit. Good morning, Kunya. Mother, we're having nice weather here, Kunya. How's Japan? Right now, we're done with the last briefing and are resting, guess you could say. The weather cleared up, so the mission is back underway. Wanted you to come and see the launch, but I know you have your own reasons, so I don't need to worry. I'm not angry with you, neither am I disappointed in you. She smiled. I looked just like Coods. When I came home, we can talk about all sorts of things. Look forward to it. I wonder what I should get as a souvenir. The rock from Mars that you asked for would be impossible. Remember that, Kunya? She spread her arms wide that swung her left hand into her right one. Shui Kin Shikamoku. She started singing some weird song. This person is definitely the reason Cood sings sometimes. It's a lullaby. A lullaby? It's the Titus song that she'd sing me whenever we were parting and I cried. A rock from Mars is impossible, but I can probably give you a meteorite. Meteorites are incredible. You can even make Japanese swords out of them. She seemed like a child. Her charcoal black eyes shone as she talked about meteorites. Cood was fixated on it. She was like she was parched watching over her. I couldn't tell who was supposed to be the parent. She's interesting. Mother was always like that. She started talking about the stars. She'd never stop. She'd look up at the sky and wondered if the little prince would come falling down. That's the kind of person she was, according to Cood. People like my mother, who'd lost their country once. Tervuia was a new country of the stars, where they would build a paradise. In the film we'd received from the paradise, that person kept smiling and talking about her dreams. It was just like when Cood talked about hers. She seemed to be enjoying herself. This person talking so straightforwardly about her dream was dazzling. That's why Cood was so caught up in her. I noticed that the person on the monitor had stopped talking and was staring this way, into the camera. Ooh! Cood looked down and gave her head a small shake. Cood. Cood groaned and I gently grasped her hand. Decided that I would watch it. That's why. Yeah. That's why I have to. She raised her head. Hey, I have something serious to talk about now. The woman drew back. She's probably looking at Cood on the other side of the camera. Ah, she's just like Cood. Her eyes were so clear you could get lost in them. There are a lot of people opposed to this project, more now than ever. Probably stupid to bet everything on the project. But we're going to space so that we can find the solutions to any number of problems. Last month one of the islands sank. You'd been there. It was Veterok B. Ostrov, Veterok Island B. The sea level rose due to global warming. The countermeasure weren't finished in time, because all the funds we were put into this launch. There were people saying that the country's anti-submergence operations should have taken first priority. I'm so sorry for those people, but the government compared us and them and we had more of a return. Yes, this is something that you have nothing to do with and hold no responsibility for. Might have been better if you didn't know, but Kunya, the opposition has their reasons. Even if people say something about me to you, please forgive them. They have things they can't give up no matter what, and we have ours. That must sound arrogant, huh? Even if you realize that, there are times you have to make a choice. She whispered. You know, there's a reason why I volunteered. Wanted to be helpful to someone. That was my long-time dream. In a sense, I pursued studies in condensed matter physics because I wanted to build the Tsiolkovsky ladder. I looked at Cood and she quietly explained the words I didn't know. Carbon nanotube research. That was one of my mother's jobs. They were making new materials to be used for an orbital elevator. That was my mother's dream. Even if all the islands sank, people could live on the orbital elevator. Being in the middle of the ocean and being in the middle of the sky would be the same. That way it could be a real country of the stars. She would talk dead seriously about things that seem like dreams. Cood muttered these words. Her mother was someone who could seriously talk about things out of a sci-fi novel and work toward making them reality. That's who Cood was always looking to. There are many problems in the world that you can't personally experience, that you can't see. But just because you can't see them, that doesn't mean they don't exist. What is essential is the invisible to the eye, just like that fox in the fairy tale said. But Kunya, find it. Find what's essential to you, what's truly essential. Find something more important than yourself. For the sake of what's precious to you, you should become the kind of gear that you want to be. That's all I want for you. There was a strange pause. Her words continued, but with uncertainty. I'm sorry. I probably should have told you sooner. So Kunya, the woman on the monitor smiled. If it's okay with you, I'll save you a seat. If that's what you want. Someday we'll go see it together. I can't wait to hear you say welcome home. Okay, let's say the good luck charm I taught you. Ready? She put her index finger up and grinned. 1, 2, 3! Go to hell! Nipuha Nipira. She obviously couldn't hear Cood's whisper. Alright, Banadam, are you smiling? My beloved daughter. She gave a satisfied nod. When times are tough, smile. It will encourage you or somebody else. It can lend you strength. For example, I have a picture of your smiling face here. She winked and turned over the collar of her flight jacket so we could see. While I'm heading out, she put on a stiff expression and saluted. Words I don't know. The memory of past troubles is pleasant. Bye, Kunya. Mother. Hood was sobbing, so I pulled her to me. I hugged her very, very tight. She was crying like crazy, but she never took her eyes off the monitor. Tolia, stop the recording, yeah? The woman stood up with a worried look and spoke to someone off screen. Think she can understand this? Yes, you're right, she will. Kunya is a smart girl. Tolia, are you going to record? We haven't gotten together for quite a while since we divorced, right? Well, it's true you don't fly, Tolia. Oh, this isn't fair. You're making me do all these embarrassing things alone. Picture got fuzzy. Probably got put down the camera that was recording. Charusha, can you come over, please? Roger, be right there. Dad, Tolia, take good care of the rest. The picture went to a blue screen. For a while, the sound of the DVD being read was the only one in the room. Cood was crying and looking at something on the table. It was sitting next to the laptop, a thing that Cood had been given before the school trip. Dog tags, a piece of a rocket, and a DVD. Cood thought she'd abandoned her mother and had been too scared to play it. What was on the disc was filled with love for Cood. There was also a letter. It was the letter she'd received from her grandfather after the school trip, inquiring about her well-being. Ricky, am I smiling right now? I'm smiling, right? Yeah, you're smiling, Cood. You're smiling, so it's okay to cry. It's okay. Okay, but I... Cood. I said nothing and held her head. Yeah? Cood, what do you want to be? Whispered as softly as I could into her ear. Sniffle. The girl I loved was crying and smiling at the same time. Despite and partly because of the tears, she... I want to be a cosmonaut. She firmly declared. It sounded like a declaration toward the gear wheels. Toward our ordinary lives that have started again. We are back in our tiny little hobbit hole. Oh, meager. And modest days that we spent as gear wheels. The determination she put in her declaration was as high as reaching the sky 50 nautical miles up. Well done. It's enough, right? You should hurry back to those bygone days. I'm sure everything's gonna be all right. Woo! I did it, guys! A declaration toward the gear wheels, that's what I got there. Alright, I'm going to load this first save right here. You see it? This first save. And let's just see what happens. Let's see if I can get the next ending from here. I'm gonna quickly look at a thing. Okay. Here we go. Good morning. Manam and Blue Thunder, are you ready for a new story? Well, here we go. Good morning. Ah! Nobody lives in the boys' dorm and I live in the girls' dorm. The boys and girls lived in separate buildings, and there are 2 people living in every room. We also help each other out in everyday life. I picked up the explanation from where she left. It can be pretty tough sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. Not only roommates, but all the students living in the dormitory help each other. It's a wonderful coexistence thanks to everyone's hard work. Oh, I see. It's great that the assembly member is a good person. We have to escort them back now, right? Wow, what a fresh look. Hope that's all. This is Sasasugawa Sasami. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sasami Sasasugawa. I am a member of the softball club. Ready for a new story? It's more of a continuation of an older story. I am in the second year and the pitcher and fourth batter of the team. Phew, it's over. So the story is that Rin is showing other people around, me and Ricky, or Rin and Ricky. There's also, at one point of the game, Rin has been receiving messages from cats that say there's a secret to this world. But what's the secret, guys, and who's sending the messages? Anyway, phew, it's over. You did well. Well, that was a breeze, she said and smiled to me. Mission clear. Also, Miyazawa-sama looks so wonderful in his school uniform, and I was in a great mood. Ready, you're ready. Can you relay that as well? The school uniform looks wonderful on him. You can tell him yourself. Sasasugawa-san is still... Oh my gosh. Oh, it didn't work. I have to start it from the beginning. Alright, fine. Fudge. This might take a hot minute, guys, so be ready. Oh no, the skip pity. Yep, we are skipping ahead. So let's see. The first one is Watch It For A While. Watch it for a while. Look at Rin, look at her kitty cats. Let's see. Go look for her for the 15th. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Off. Go look for her is the next one. So we won't lend this to her. Go look for her. Watch for a while. Meow. I'll brush you in order, just wait. Various cats crowded around Rin, who was innocently relaxing her lower body on the ground. There seemed to be quite a large number of well-mannered cats. Order! Bad. Meow. A black cat had tried to approach Rin by stopping dead in its tracks by her scolding. Not your turn yet. The lazy ones go first. Laziest one is... There's so many of you. Wait, your fur wasn't so disheveled until just a while ago. Meow? Don't try to meow at me with that I have no idea expression. Oh well, I'll do yours too, so wait. The rustling sound of a hairbrush resounded. It seemed like the cats were lining up to get their fur groomed. Come here! Meow! A gray striped cat approached Rin. Okay, roll over. Meow! The striped cat reached out its paw. Not that. Nobody's telling you to give a paw. Meow! Don't look so down. You're great at being able to give your paw. Meow! Well then, roll over. Meow! No, don't raise your tail. Meow! Aw, don't look so depressed. I'll groom your tail too. Meow! Alright, roll over. Meow! Rolly roll roll. Wait, what are you doing? Rolly roll roll. Oh, you're back. Are you teasing me? Meow! Oh well. Isn't this cute? Would you want to be surrounded by kitty cats, guys? Rin started brushing the belly of the cat lying on the ground. Even an outsider could tell how delicate her movements were. Meow! His slow and lazy purring was proof of the quality of her handling skills. You seem to be having a good time. Stop wriggling your body. Don't coil up either. Stop going limp as well. Meow! That's right, cats are laid-back animals. Okay, being limp is fine. By the way, where's your navel? About here? Rin poked his belly. Soft. Meow meow! Don't meow so pathetically. You're a boy, right? Cry more masculinely. Meow! That's no different. Rin's slender fingers tickled the nape of his neck. That must be the reason why he couldn't make a manly cry. The striped cat seemed to be totally relaxed by the magic of Rin's fingers. Not a fur came out, all airy and fluffy now. Rin looked satisfied with the good results of her brushing. Meow meow! Another cat put his paws on Rin's left thigh, but she concentrated on grooming the striped cat, didn't notice it at all. Meow! He tried to climb onto her lap but failed. Meow! The white-brown cat kept resolutely targeting Rin's thigh, but he was unable to get up to it. His claws vainly slid down her skirt. Wait till your turn comes. Grooming, grooming. She looked delighted. I, on the other hand, was getting worried about something. Meow! He was still trying. He sure is a highly motivated climber, but her skirt seemed to be slightly lifted up. Meow! He placed a paw on her lap again. Oh no, this is really bad. From another angle, someone might be able to see it. I better not tell her. Ren! I called out. Ah! Seems not. She answered and handed me the paper. Had a lot of creases, so I suspected that it might have been wrapped around the branch or something. Smoothed out the wrinkles, and began reading it. Solve the school gate's caterpillar problem, is what it said. I guess it's not a love letter? I guess not. Held the letter up toward the sun, trying to discover any other hidden messages. By the way, I got another one yesterday. With the same contents? No. She started rummaging in her pocket. What she brought out was another identical-looking scrap of paper. I took and unfolded it. There's a secret in the world. If you wish to... oh, I see how it is. Rin cast her eyes down. Wonder who could be doing this. Who knows? I can't tell without looking into it more. Can't you do it, Ricky? Well, if you want to discover the perpetrator, it's possible to secretly follow Len, and that's true. But that's kind of underhanded. Underhanded? Could it be that you're seriously planning on completing these tasks? Yep. No. Nice. No battle rankings. Well, should we just for fun? Because Rin has gotten very powerful. I don't want to. No, I don't want to. Alright. Use another notebook. What's next? The next one is the 16th. What's wrong, Rookie? What are you looking around restlessly for? Can it be you're finally in the mood to fight Kingo, or is it about my muscles? No, it's neither. The latter possibility is especially disturbing. At that instant, my cell phone vibrated. Ah! Oh, shoot. Hang on. Go back. Sakura tree. Sakura tree! It seems because everyone's avoiding this place. This place was always crowded with female students. It used to be a real campus hotspot. And so our school janitor has received complaints. What kind of complaints? Putting it plainly, it demands to get rid of them. Even though they say that, it's not like the caterpillars have done anything wrong. I see. What should we do, Ricky? Do you have any good suggestions? Instead of killing them, how about collecting them one by one and taking them back to the hill? What? Is that a terrible idea? Well, terrible or not, there's not much else we can do. How about we use pesticide to get rid of them? I don't want that. Ah! Both are wrong. Really? Fine then. Since you have a teeny bit of popularity with boys, I figured you got carried away and were just looking for attention. Follow after Rin. Yes. Yes. Follow after Rin, run after Rin. The next day. That won't do. With just that, the problem won't be solved. Well, you're right. If there's no cleaning roster, it'll get dirty again right away. Let's go! Hurry forward. There's her. There's her. There's a battle going on. Let's see. Still says run after Rin, so do it by himself. Call it a day. There's Kood. I won't get involved too much. Let's see. Run after Rin is on the 17th. Watch the battle. Run after Rin. Run after Rin. I guess watch for a while again. Croquet Soba isn't related to anything. Yes, I told you all along, didn't I? What is the problem then? Let's ask her. Okay. Do you have any problems with the cafeteria? problems? Let's see. Ah! Yosuke stood up slowly and looked around inside the classroom. You guys, battles start. Finally, Miyazawa and Rin-sama are getting started. The other classmates got excited by Yosuke's words. Aren't you guys forgetting about Masato? Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Aww. Well. Rin, girls shouldn't be that keen to fight. Behave like a girl. From now on, your title will be Maiden Full Speed. Yay! What? What? Was that shocking? It sounded a bit like Cat Full Speed. That one's much better. Tuh. Hey now, don't just change it as you like. The title reverted back to Maiden Full Speed. Yeah. Well, I guess she'll get a no-con or something as her title soon enough again. I ain't that much more, idiot! What happened? Hey, you guys were fighting while I was napping? I'm sure no one would think someone was curled up with his face pressed into it while I was taking a nap. Eh, kinda. You're stupid, aren't you? So, what are the results? You think Rin can beat me? You don't say. Oh well, the result doesn't matter. Ricky, I challenge you to a match right now. Ding dong. Well, time to quit. Tch, you get a narrow escape. Saved by the bell. Phew! Without a doubt, he'd challenge me if he finds me, so I'm going to avoid him. Well, I think we need more time to think it over. That's okay, but are you tired? No, I'm fine. Let's head back to the classroom. Hope he wouldn't find me. Let's see. So far, don't go to the rooftop. Hello, what's your name? Good to see ya. Who, Rin? Yeah, wake up. The world is turning round and round. An earthquake? It was just someone shaking me. Then I woke up. Ah! Other than, I got a peculiar thought. Guess the sender might be a little confused now. Confused? Why's that? Not sure, but that event was probably supposed to occur before you looked up at the order. Then we would have accepted the test without suspecting anything. In other words, I think it's clear the sender messed up. I don't get it. Never mind, it could be just my imagination. Anyway, we'll have to work again to serve lunch. Yeah. During the next break, we gathered in the cafeteria's kitchen again. There's various items on the lunch menu. You're supposed to make them. Ah! I'll have to do this again. Alright. Do I know what I'm doing, by the way? Nope. Finish! Phew! Cafeteria. Masato. Moving on. Are you awake? My vision was blurry. That's so funny. I'm glad you liked it. My vision was blurry, but I understood that Rin was right beside me. Just out my hand. But she held on to it. Her hand was somehow different from Kyosuke's, smoother. What about dinner prep? It's okay, don't worry. As small as her hand was, at that time, it seemed the most reliable thing in the world to me. You can rest in it for now. Yeah. I rested for a watch calmly, I guess. Ooh, Kengo almost lost to the chicken. Look for Rin. Boop. And we'll watch her for a while. Hey, stop that. Meow. She was tugging at a cat that was clinging onto a column in the passageway. It'll be awful if you break your claws. Go sharpen your claws on a tree in the courtyard. Meow meow. She gently placed the cat back onto the ground. Bad. She extended her index finger and scolded the cat. Got it? Meow. The scolded cat seemed somewhat downhearted. Okay, you can go now. Meow. What, do you want to play? Meow. I can't spoil you. Meow. I can't. Meow. I can't, but I have no choice. She's totally spoiling him. Huh, your ear looks a bit odd. Isn't it kind of bent to the right? Have you been practicing? Meow. Oh, that's great. Practice is important. Meow. Okay, show me how you do aerobatics with your ears next time. That's totally not possible. Hey, don't climb up the column. While she was occupied with one of the cats, others had started swarming around the column. Wapoo! Don't swing your tail like it's a tree branch. Get down. She was catching them one by one, carefully placing them on the ground. Why is it at times like this that you won't listen to me? You were about to get your tail dirty. Huh? Tail? Rin cocked her head. Looks like the next task had arrived. She took a scrap of paper from the cat's tail and unfolded it, tilted it carefully, walked up to her and sweated it down and placing my on the cat. I got so close that I could smell the fragrance of her hair, and took a peek at the scrap of paper. Heal 2A1 from love sickness. Looked at Rin and her innocently first one on the teacher's attendance list. Oh, you sure are sharp today. Don't say it like I'm usually not. Right, sorry. Alright, let's go to 2A. Running out of time, let's hurry. But, she up so suddenly and I bumped into her. Huh, what? Would that first one on the attendance list be a boy? That's likely. To call out some guy I don't know? You don't want to? It's not that. I just need to prepare myself mentally. Didn't have much time either, so we got practice after school. So how about this evening? Okay. She gave a guarded nod. It doesn't matter. Don't look. Play with Misato. Play with Misato. Please tell what room the guy who first lives in. She came mentally prepared so she could even talk directly to someone she didn't know. The first one? That should be Aikawa-kun. Turn the corner and, are you Aikawa? Yeah. Can we have a talk? Sure. What business could you have with me, Natsume-san? What do you know me? No, I just know your name. And this must be Noe-san. He looked at me. Yeah. How did you know? It's like we're famous or something? Well, I guess that would be a bit famous, what with Misato and the rest always causing a commotion. So it's his fault? Well, it's partly because you're always kicking him down. Really? I'll be more careful from now on. So what business do you have with me? Repeated himself. We're both second years, don't be so stiff. Okay, so what is it? Let's go somewhere quieter for now. Aikawa-kun stared at me with a doubtful look, unable to comprehend what was going on. Oh! That's a secret. You got a well-informed source. It'd be insane to reveal that it's a cat, so she didn't say any more than that, definitely avoiding the question. So are these any symptoms? Do your best. I'll give it all I got then. So what's the plan? I'm going to talk to Zat! Help, I guess. Yeah. But worried about something. Something wrong? Rin-san, you're here too. Good evening. Good evening. Poked your head out from behind my back. Can you help too, Rin? It'd be wonderful if Rin-san helped too. She presently nodded. Thank you very much. Hey, Minim, look who's back. It's her. How about we meet right afterwards in front of the girls' door? Doesn't matter what we choose here. Go! I guess it doesn't matter here. Haruka. Basic donut. Is that okay? I can wait until later. Yeah, it's cool. We've just finished talking, so go ahead. Ricky, let's go. What's this about? Wrecked my memory, then I remembered. Heal the love sickness thing. Recalled the contents of that scrap of paper, and was now entrusted with the role of matchmaker. Made a promise that she wouldn't do anything when I wasn't around, so that's why she's standing here now. To the girl called Sasami Sasasagawa. So close yet so far, but her feelings probably did reach Sasasagawa-san. She lowered the fist she was shaking before. You're making fun of me after all. And what is your type of guy? Tell me what he should look like, about his personality and everything else. This Saturday I have softball practice. My ideal man is Miyazawa-sama of the Kendo Club. Will that do? Yeah, thanks. She proceeded to walk down the hall, her minions flocking nearby. So what do we do now? It's a problem. Her ideal man is Kengo, huh? How can we let him know without shocking him too much? Let's talk to Kengo first and see what he thinks. We're getting right to the point all of a sudden. That's how it is. What do you think? Even if you ask me this. Huh. Before that, do you know who Sasasagawa-san is? I do. For some reason, she always greets me when we pass each other in the hall. Ah, she's making a move on you. So now what? How should I answer you to get this over with? That you don't feel the same way, of course. I don't feel the same way. Are you satisfied? You're a big help. Afterward, we headed to class 2A and called Aikawa-kun. It's you guys. How'd it go? Any progress? Yep. First of all, don't worry. Kengo doesn't feel the same way. Kengo? What about Miyazawa-san? To be honest, Kengo's the person Sasami Sasasagawa had in mind. Aikawa-kun had a distant look in his eyes as he stiffened. That's why I told you that Kengo doesn't feel the same way. Isn't this your chance? That's why he's so appealing to Kengo. Let's consider that first. Is that okay with you, Aikawa-kun? He was unable to hide his shock. Kengo was stupidly huge and scary, unfriendly and strong. His appeal is his strength. What do you think? Well, if you think about it in terms of masculinity, strength should be important. See? If you take this strong Kengo down before Sasami's eyes, she'll no doubt fall for you. But I'm not doing any sports. There's no chance for me to win. True. So now what? What now? Let's see. I'll call out Sasami. Are we really going to do this? We are. Sasami coming in too. Mission start. Watch out! She yelled and started sliding. As expected, Kengo kicked off the floor and jumped. Oh no, it's Sasami! Rin got to her feet and hurried away, dragging the unconscious Aika. Alright, still the 23rd. Play with Masato! Get rid of the hand grip. Kuda's joined the team. Call it a day, I guess. Komari. How about singing? Like what exactly? Write some original song lyrics and sing them to her about your unrequited feelings for Sasami. Or singing them while you pass by her. And if that happens, we'll gather information about Sasami later and write the rest for you. Isn't that a great plan? Yeah, not bad, but not with some reluctance. You're writing a song for Sasami, help us out! What are you talking about, all of a sudden? And who's the Sasami person? Sasami Sasasagawa-san. Give us a key. We're writing a song for Sasami, help us out. Who's that? Sasami Sasasagawa-san. Oh, that girl. Why her again? We're writing a song for Sasami, help us out. Sure, why not? Make it short. Made it short. It's like picking a fight with her. I don't feel any love from it. Love? Never mentioned that. You know how she is, so you should try to understand what she means. Well, I'm aware of it. Love, you say. Then, what's there to think about? She's #1 in his heart's top 10. Perfect for a love song. Oh, you're probably right. I see. It's perfect and laconic, but perfect that it made me wonder why we've been running around all this time. Mission start. So the mission started. Aikawa-kun was walking down the hallway shouting, "Check this and take note." He and Sasami Sasasagawa passed by each other as he was rapping. There and then I do it all the time. The #1 in my heart's top 10 is you, Sasasagawa, my cicada. Even though he sang it wrong, it came out clear as a bell. Are you picking a fight with me? You grabbed him by the collar. Mission failed. There's no way to salvage the situation now. Tch. Stop it, Sasami, it's not his fault. Was this person just making fun of my name? Hang on a minute. Drink time. Okay, I'm good. How should I put it? Well, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I didn't think it'd come to this. She's feeling sorry? Different. There's nothing about getting them together. Exactly. It doesn't say to fix his love problems. Of course it doesn't tell us to convince him to give up either. So it's okay, as long as we just make him chill down. Yeah, calming him down enough so they can concentrate on his studies is good enough. I see. So that's what it means. Rin, have you been in love? That's too sudden. I'm sorry, it was all my fault. And I also got this. She held out a scrap of paper to him. He finally showed a reaction. Is that Sasami's cell phone email? How'd you get it? Well, I apologized to her, and I told her about you. No, I didn't say that you liked her. I told her that you wanted to become friends with her. And? You insist that much? Ah! Masato. Don't think it matters here, so cafeteria. Go first. Beef. Masato. Chisato Kyosuke. He got injured. Concentrate on practice. Go! Alright, the 23rd. Keep helping her out, it says here. Keep helping her out. Yep, it'll be the student who's third in the attendance list in class 2E. That's right. I already know who it is, by the way. Masato Inahara. It's him. She burst into a run. Ah, a riposte. Against what? Wish I could do it like him. Well, You in the way? Are you an old man? You are in their way. You're in their way! Wham! You both stood up like a sore thumb now. In elementary school, we jumped the... bah. You can go where what? Wham! Aaron, what are you doing? Rin. What? I'm not that tall. That's true. So what the heck was that about? Miss. Bathe. Why don't you bathe in the soup? Wham. Kerplunk. Her kick sunk Masato's face into a bowl. Oh my god. Miss. Like this, Rin learned how to give Masato a proper riposte. Just what did we accomplish by this anyway? She did make me worry sometimes, but I kept teaching her patiently. Ha 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 ha. Play with Masato. Concentrate on practice. With those eyes. Anything else? Okay. We're good. Clean up the room. Cafeteria. Try it. Okay, I'll have some. Tried to stand up, but Kyosuke stopped me. Picked up my bowl and headed to the counter with the rice cooker. They came back with 2 bowls he heaped with rice. Here you are. Sorry to keep you. Thank you. I can't eat this much, she yelled out, faced with a mountain of rice. But it's Noritama. Yep, I'll eat. Visit Kyosuke. Call the other members. Masato. Look for the cat, I guess. Practice. Supper. Kud. And Rin, right? Yeah. Consult Kyosuke. Blaze through the hallway, I think. Continue practicing. Continue practicing. We're cleaning up the place after the practice. Almost forgot about this. Took out a flat bottle. Hey, what's that? Glove oil. Used to keep the leather in good condition. There are a ton of other equipment, but we should at least take care of the essentials. We have to rub it with oil or what? Yeah, polish it properly, it'll look prettier. Wow. I should go get a rag and brush it right away. Rin, give me your glove for a moment. She handed him the glove that she's been wearing. What's this? Isn't it all worn out? Eh? The part above the knit was torn, and there was a gaping hole in it. It was like this when I got it, so I figured it was meant to be this way. I can't believe you've been using it all this time. Better be back to find Animal Crossing New Horizons Island. Gotcha. I wish you luck, Minim. Sorry, I didn't notice it was torn. Looking back on it, she was always training her pitching skills and didn't have many opportunities to catch the ball at our practice. Isn't this their replacement? Fortunately, none of the pitchers. Actually, even the skin is no good. You have to do something about this. Use this instead. Kurogaya-san tossed a glove to Rin. Looks worn out, because it was thrown away before I fixed it. But it's been properly taken care of, so the leather is in great condition. Had to replace the strap and the felt inside, but it should be plenty usable. Wow, where did you find that? When I was helping with picking up garbage for club activities. Picking up garbage, does that mean... She cast a glance to her side, right where Haruka-san stood. So it was that? Well, something like that. Huh, it fits perfectly. It's easy to use because it's soft. She had already put the glove on and was trying it out. Either way, it was previously used by the softball club. I see. I noticed that there was some initials written on it. SS? Wait, you can possibly mean it's Sasami Sasa... You sniffed it. Smells of Sasasa! She took off the glove. Rin-kun. I went out of my way to pick it up and even fix it. And you're going to throw it away because of Sasasa's unpleasant smell? Sorry. Umu. She was apologizing sincerely. I was almost moved by it. But on the way back, Rin still had the glove on, and she was clasping her hand and enjoying its texture. You really took a liking to it. It's so easy to use, I'm going to take good care of it. That's important. Kuragaya-san nodded with a satisfied expression. Oh. Ah, it's Sasasagawa-san. We suddenly happened to cross paths in front of the dormitory. Must have been trading until late in the evening, too. There was a black cat down by her legs. No! She went into her defensive posture. What a coincidence meeting you here, Rin Natsumi. From what I can tell, you are coming back from practice. What a waste of effort. Still hearing the good stream? Awesome. However, you are merely playing around anyway. In the eyes of someone like me, who partakes in this sacred sport, you are just preposterous. Yeah! Bleh. She hadn't listened to a word of hers. Did you not have enough of making fun of me already? Oh, is that your glove? Yeah. When I brought a replacement for it, I lost it somewhere. She's looking at it with a fondness in her eyes. Rin looked at the glove and then at Sasasagawa-san. You can have it. He pushed the glove into her hands. What? It's important to you, isn't it? He turned to Kuragaya-san. Are you angry again? No, I'm not. He was using it for a long time. It must mean a lot to her. But is it really okay? It isn't, but I have to return the lost item to its rightful owner. I think it's a great decision. You seem to have fixed it up beautifully. I give it back. What? It's a heartbreaking decision for me to return it to you. You take care of it. Is it not better for it to be used by someone who thinks like that? He thrust it back at Rin. Uh-huh. What? What is it? No, nothing, really. Who said I cannot show kindness to my enemy? It is a perfect fit for someone only playing around, such as herself, is it not? You're an interesting character, but should be a little more honest. What? I don't know what it is you envy about Rin-kun, but we're always looking for new members. That is outrageous. What? Want to become friends with us? Not in the slightest, tiniest bit. Good grief. What are you trying to say? Seems like she has a hard time dealing with Kuragaya-san. I really don't mind parting with it. I'll keep using it. Good lord, just do as you wish. Rin Natsumi, you would better remember this. I was always wondering, what am I supposed to remember? Well, all of it. Among all things, your name is by far the most difficult one to remember. Sasami Sasasagawa. Make sure you never forget it. With those words, she left us. The black cat followed after her. Hey, you need not come after me. Does she not like cats? That's a fine rival you have there, Rin-kun. Rival? Look, isn't that what Sasasagawa-san is always calling you? Oh, to be honest, I don't care. She can be annoying, so I'd rather not deal with her. Sasasagawa-san's rivalry didn't even register with her. I went back to my room with Thinking back on it, she seemed unusually reliable lately. Not as shy as she used to be. She can even call Komori-san her friend. And she has an overall positive attitude toward things. Huh? Can I really consider her reliable? It just might be. Though I don't expect us to win. I only pray she'll keep pitching until the very end. And the game happens, and it doesn't happen. Break time! Ren appeared with a solemn look on her face. But she headed straight for Masato and not me. Surprisingly enough, I have a favor to ask of you. It was certainly a rare occasion. Which means it has to do with muscles. I'll be playing with one cat only for a while, so make sure the others don't bother with me. Or as I could tell, it was the first time something like this had happened. To begin with, it was her policy to not even acknowledge that she played with cats. I see. This is for that purpose. She gave him some kind of small pouch. Got it. He accepted it without asking for an explanation. He can't find any theme idea generator. I wouldn't know how to help you here, sadly. I'm terrible with themes. You can find one, Minim. I believe in you. When we made it to a passageway, cats began gathering around Rin. That's a sight for me for today. Masato wedged his gigantic figure between the cats and her. Look, this is for you guys. As he spoke, Masato took out the small bag and received from Rin earlier. He shook out its contents, and some kind of powder fluttered in the air. As soon as he did that, all the cats started wiggling their bodies in unison. Was it catnip? Leave the rest to me. He hauled up the half of the cats in his arms and walked away through the passageway. Must be planning to return for the remaining half later. Looked at Rin and saw her holding one cat in her arms. You're welcome, Minim. Is he special today? No, he'll be special for him today. What do you mean? She was contemplating how to answer for a while. It's a very sad story. This seemed like a difficult subject for her. His name's Miles. He's been here for a long time, and it finally dawned on me. I saw the deep wrinkles all around his eyes and the traces of old age. Didn't have a long to live. Why don't you take him to a vet? It wouldn't change anything even if I did. You're speaking from experience? She nodded. You can't leave him alone? Of course, when he sleeps I do. But I always play with him when he's awake. Once they reach this age, they're pretty much asleep all the time. Really are a cat expert. They stop playing with the younger cats who really just annoy them. Then wouldn't it be better to leave them alone? No, on the contrary. There isn't much time left, so I'll play with him. That's what Miles wishes for as well. No matter how old they are, they still want their owner's attention. They want to play alone with their owner without other cats getting in the way. That's why I'll stay by his side and play with him all he wants. And then, I'll say goodbye to him when the time comes. I see. I'm not sad. She said it as though anticipating my words, and walked ahead with her head held high. As I began wondering, exactly how many cats does she have? How many more goodbyes will there be waiting for her in the future? Yosuke is always picking up cats and giving them to Rin as a present. Doesn't that mean that this will always keep repeating? I see. I'd come to ask Kyosuke about it in person. So, are you telling me not to pick them up anymore? Doesn't she have enough of them already? As you know, she thinks no one knows about it, but she's a real major cat lover, so they should be the best presents for her. That's exactly why. It means she'll have a lot of sad things waiting for her. Ricky, you're still too weak. What? Why did he start talking about me? He shifted his gaze outside the window. There was Rin swinging a bristlegrass in the air, and a small shadow trying to catch it, his movements failing terribly. Yet he wanted to play with Rin no matter what. He wanted to spend his last minutes by her side, so he was desperately trying to catch the dangling toy. That's when I saw her looked out. Rin is trying her best. This is the second time she has to say goodbyes. Only the second time? I was astonished to hear the truth. The first time was a nightmare. For me as well. I was devastated and couldn't stop crying. Yeah, Rin would definitely be like that. I made a grade for him. After that, I taught her about how she should deal with cats when they reach that age. Old cats sleep most of their time, but that doesn't mean they want to be left alone. They really want to play with their owner until the end. They want to be loved by their owner without other cats getting in the way, until the very last moment. What Rin told me before had been an echo of Kyosuke's words. It's only the second time for her, but she's already putting what she was told fully into practice. Without getting upset, without crying, she's trying her hardest. Just as Kyosuke said, I am weak, while Rin is trying to become stronger. Rin kept tending Miles with all her love. On the evening of the third day, he passed away. The following morning, we all made a grave for him together. I did not see her cry. Perhaps she had already shed her tears in solitude somewhere. Oh, Kitty. But she hadn't let us see that, so either way she was trying her hardest. Okay, that should do it. After we had given a silent prayer, Kyosuke was the first to speak. Let's go. One day... Aren't you a bit naive? It didn't sound very persuasive, dressed like that. What he must have meant was, if I don't feel anything... Guys, why don't you take a little look at the little Buster's logo on the back and calm down? Should I go tell her? She touched my hands that time when she looked after me. Kyosuke was always the one pulling my hand. Hand was a lot smaller than his. The way she clasped my hand was different. It was somewhat clumsy and awkward, but her hold was firm. Calm down. Foo. Isn't that great? That's sad. Oh no. Poor kitty. He burst into laughter after hearing our story. You two make a perfect couple. Why are you laughing? Oh yeah, Rin and Ricky are dating now. They're dating, guys! Because something nice has happened. You became weird after you hit your head. It's okay, I'm perfectly aware that I'm being weird. Is that the issue? Well, it's something to be happy about, so whatever. And also, you don't have to be considerate or anything, just act like you always have. Yeah, I get it. Never imagined he'd be that happy. After he hit his head, hasn't he been happy about everything? I can't predict Masato's reaction either. He's about as inexperienced when it comes to this as us. He might actually feel jealous. I doubt that. If he turned out like you do too, would that mean he's had a crush on you all this time? Moving on. Alright. We need to cheer her on. Alright. Cheer her on. Okay. Yes. Cheer her on. Go, good, and I guess we raise our hand here. Just in case I'm gonna save it. Raise hand. You guys! Hey, Hellfire Skyrim! How you doing? Someone's voice roared from behind. To voluntarily cut back your free time for such a reason? Don't underestimate baseball! A giant figure was standing in the classroom holding a metal bat in his hand, which is to say nothing about his other broken arm. Well, just how bad did he hit his head? You're doing fine. Awesome. Have you ever heard of this game before, Hellfire Skyrim? This Little Busters. I forgot if you were here or not during another stream. The way of baseball isn't as forgiving as you make it out to be. Nope. Oh, it's a good one. Super good. Like Clannad and Air and Cannon. It's good. What happened to the way of the sword, I wonder? Well now, a voice came from beyond the window. Yosuke came out down through the window once again. It's just for tomorrow, right? Don't be so harsh on them. More importantly, you don't have much time left, do you? He queried, looking at us. Time for what? You were appointed to escort those big shots, weren't you? Asking if you'll be fine without practicing. It'll work out somehow. Ah! Well, I thought again. She'd been interacting with people a lot more lately. One could say she was halfway to the goal. Unlike the way she had been at the beginning of the year. The way she is now, I felt like she could manage somehow if she but tried. I'll teach you the most basic manners then. Ah! Well, kind of. Kind of doesn't cut it. One more time, then. Ricky, go ahead. Hello, I'm Naoi from Class 2E. Pleased to meet you. Okay, Rin. I'm Natsumi from 2E. Pleased to meet you. Your greeting was sorely lacking in confidence. Want you to see more energy. One more time, Ricky. Hello, I'm Naoi from Class 2E. Pleased to meet you. Rin. I'm Natsumi from 2E. Pleased to meet you. Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Well, the success tone evolved. After that, the bell rang and the break was over. Understood. Come on, don't start like that. Understood. Ta-ta-ta-ta! Sound effect is pointlessly gaudy, but there's no way to get used to it. Kengo, you play the role of the superintendent. Ah! People can work together in the corridor. Change dramatic sound effect board from behind me. That's supposed to be a success tone too? Yeah. Look, there are 2 students coming our way. And Masato was walking right in the center of the corridor. Rin saw that he was in danger of bumping into them, so she ushered him a little to the side. Wow. She noticed before I did. Even though I was at the head of the group, she must have been really watchful. Rin is trying her best. I'm sure that if she keeps at it for the rest of the day, she'll be okay tomorrow. This is the principal's office. I stopped before the office and pointed at the door. Let's pretend that both of them weren't inside. I had a talk with the principal and came out again. Okay, start. Beep. You wouldn't say something like that in the first place. That's a valid point. Good thinking. Okay, I'll ignore this from now on. And leading the group was Sasami Sasagawa. Rin was alarmed, but she was just observing calmly. Ah, Sasami-senpai, it's our arch-nemesis Rin Natsumi. Wonder if her groupies notice us. Rin Natsumi? Oh, you're with Miyazawa-san? She noticed both of them simultaneously. Sasagawa-san wouldn't do anything funny to Rin in front of her beloved Kengo. Girls, make way! Do you not see you are hindering their path? They were commanded to step aside, and the crowd split into two to open up a path. Hey, is that for real? We freely passed through the middle. I felt like walking on a red carpet. Miyazawa-san, how about we have some tea together next time? Sasagawa-san asked Kengo as we passed by. If I have the time. You might want some private time with him afterward, if you know what I mean. Thud. Say what? How about that? Ding dong. When using chopsticks, do you only move the one on the top? Go the bottom one with the base of your thumb and support it with the tip of the take them into the food. That's right, speaking of that, skewered side dishes with the chopsticks like kids is no good either. Ricky mentioned it was referred to as Moyoi Bashi and Yosei Bashi. Alright, phew! Let out a sigh. It might go surprisingly well, don't you think? You can't say that yourself. And see, then you say it. Can't say that it'll work out fine yet. There were a few close calls. What can I say? What I can say for now is that you'll have to keep doing your best for a little longer. Say what? Are you the type to overpraise people? Don't say that yourself. And one more thing, Kengo. What is it? Make sure you come in your uniform tomorrow. Whoa! Does he hate it so much? I'll set my jumper all the way up, okay? How is that going to change anything? That's still no good, huh? What an idiot. I never thought the day when I had to take off this jumper would come. Poor guy. We'll have to escort them back, right? Get it over with. We have to practice. Wow, what a fresh look. Nope, that's all. That was tiring. Ah, mission clear. She murmured quietly. I was overwhelmed with joy, so much that I couldn't help but smile. Suddenly it dawned on me. She was still a kid who didn't understand love. She had learned a lot. She'd experienced so many things. There were still so many new things for her to learn and experience. I was sure she would come to understand love eventually. That's why she had to go. She needed to move forward, but this created a contradiction. She needs to go to really learn the meaning of love. I don't want her to go. I want her to be with me, because I really do love her. I wanted to tell her, but as she is now, she wouldn't understand my feelings. I realized that I was being selfish. I just didn't want her to be away from me. She had really grown since spring. She was changing. I witnessed sides of her that I'd never seen before. She had opened up to others, even taken the initiative to solve their problems. She'd been clumsy about it, and the outcome wasn't always pretty, but nevertheless, she had come a long way. That's why she must keep moving forward. She didn't understand love. I had to let her go, so that one day she will really fall in love. She said she likes me, but when that time comes, it might be someone else she falls in love with. Might be someone else, but I hope that even when that time comes, I will still be the one. I should encourage her to go. Maybe she will forget about me. That's why my heart's in so much pain. I was smiling, but I felt like crying. But I didn't want her to know. What's wrong? Are you feeling sick? I'm alright. Say Rin. I think you should go. What? Isn't the opposite of what you said before? Please don't think I'm weird, but I changed my opinion. Why? Do you mean you don't like me anymore? Of course I do. There's no way I'd come to dislike her. This one thing is all I have to say to you. I think you should go. We're going out. Are you okay with being separated? You still have to go. If we're to ever truly be together, she must go. I see. Unless I don't want to go. I was thinking for a while. Then she answered quietly. I'll think about it. Phew. Masato came back to the room 10 minutes after Rin had returned to the girls' dorm. She felt uncomfortable spending the night in the boys' dorm, so I had her go back. We're all soaked in sweat. What have you been doing? Climbing the school wall. But it must have been a valuable experience. They thought I was a suspicious person, so they called the cops on me. Practically blinded me with those lights. They had no idea they were so bright. Well, that's certainly a valuable discovery. I'm going to get a good lecture tomorrow. I had to go through all this thanks to you two. I'm so sorry. Next time I tell you to leave the room for a while, I'll remind you not to climb the school wall as well. Sheesh, you'd better. He peeled off his sweaty coat and headed to the shower. His back was so large. It always has been. But not the solid wall of muscle it was today. Everyone is changing. I took out my cardigan from the closet. I'll be outside for a while, so I'd better put on some warm clothes. Going somewhere? Yeah, I might not be back tonight. Seems like you're having a tough day today. Yeah, tonight might be my only chance. I see. Guess it's an important night, then. He didn't ask where I was going, nor did it seem curious. Say. Masato, what did you say to Rin? Nothing. Nothing at all? Got a problem? No, it's okay, but even if I had my own thoughts on this, I'm not gonna say anything. That's what I decided a long time ago. Is that so? I tried to walk as discreetly as possible. I was looking for the place lit by 2 street lights. It's not like I had a pressing reason, but for some reason, I really wanted to sort things out tonight. I spotted something moving and looked up. Meow! It wasn't the right cat. I petted the cat as it rubbed against my leg and resumed my skirt search. Where could Lennon be? Save it real quick right here. Hopefully I did it right. Courtyard Sports Grounds Corridor. Cats would always gather up in the courtyard and swarm all over the place, be it day or night. Could he be here? It was too dark to tell the cats apart. Meow! One cat stood apart from the rest of the group, tilted its head to look at me, then walked a short distance away and looked back at me once more. It seemed like it was telling me to go after it. So I did. It wasn't running fast at all. Sometimes the cat would come to a halt, look back at me, and start off again. We left the courtyard, walking through the corridor. Was the cat guiding me somewhere? Was it simply taking a stroll? Didn't seem like the cat was moving toward any particular destination. It was passing through the same place for the second time now, but I didn't stop. Swore to follow the cat to the bitter end. After meandering along for a while, the cat finally halted. It meowed twice. A few moments later, I noticed another cat silently approaching. The moonlight was enough for me to see the weight of its fur. It was Lennon. Lennon licked the other cat's head as in thanks for showing me the way. I could hear the quiet purring from it. Seeming it finally satisfied, it walked off without so much as making a sound. Lennon stared at me unflinchingly for a while. I had no idea what was going on through his head. He kept staring at me intently, like he was gauging how serious I was, but his gaze head on. I don't know how much time passed. Looked like this was going to take a while, so I just looked around for a place to sit. I sat down on a raised part of the wall and returned my gaze to Lennon. He was still watching me. Suddenly, a rustling sound broke the silence. Someone pointed a flashlight at my feet. Who's there? It was an adult. Must have been a teacher patrolling the campus. Are you a student? Yes. What are you doing here in the dead of night? Go back to the dorm. It was an accident just a little while ago. Don't make my job any harder than it has to be. Probably talking about Masato. Go back now. He shook his flashlight at me. Okay, I answered reluctantly and stood up, but I walked no further than a few meters. I hid in the shadows of the wall and waited until he was gone. And I went back to the place I'd been sitting. I was going to continue my staring contest with Lennon. But I found Kyosuke waiting there instead. You sure are a handful. He held Lennon in his arms. I'm stubborn. It's too early for you to learn the answer. No, it's not. I should have realized from the beginning. You really are amazing, Kyosuke. There's nothing you can't do. That's not true. Even I mess up sometimes. But even when you do, things still go according to your scenario. How did you know the whole thing with the cafeteria would happen? Sometimes I wonder if you can actually see the future. It's always been like that. It's like you can somehow bend reality to your will. Reality isn't that simple. Well, that's how it appears to me. I don't care what you think. Lennon yawned in his arms. So, did you figure out the answer? I nodded. You were trying to remove Rin from your constant care to make her independent. You're going to get employed for eventually, and you won't be able to look after her forever. So you tried to make her self-sufficient. It was something you had to do one day. And then a chance presented itself. You heard about the student exchange program with the sister school, so you seized the opportunity. It was the perfect chance to separate Rin from us. For that, use Lennon to get her assigned to the role. carefully manipulating every detail of the situation. Kyosuke furrowed his brows. Do you really think something like that is possible? If anyone could do it, it's you. So, is my guess correct? Indeed. Or so I'd like to say. But that's not what I was talking about. Eh? What I asked you was whether you had figured out the secrets of this world. Wait, now that I think of it, that was the reason Rin and I got involved in the whole affair. It was written in the first letter of Lennon brought. I'm being serious here, Kyosuke. There's no answer to that question. Even if there were, wasn't that just bait to catch Rin's interest? Right? He didn't answer. Or what? Did you mean it in some philosophical way? Perhaps historical? Or something scientific, like how did the universe begin? I was just saying whatever came into my mind, but Kyosuke didn't say a word. He remained silent for a while, and suddenly... He laughed. He laughed until tears welled up in his eyes. I was dumbstruck. I couldn't begin to imagine what was going on through his mind. Who's there? His roaring laughter filled the night air and caught the patrolling teacher's attention. Maybe that was what he had in mind. Maybe I was too naive and had underestimated how calculating he could be. Oops, this is bad. He seized my arm and started running. My legs got tangled up and I let go of his hand. Couldn't afford to lose him. But when I got up, he was already nowhere to be seen. It was dark and I failed to find him. It was Kyosuke writing the letters. It was him all along. On the following day, Rin was eyeing a piece of paper surrounded by the horde of cats. She opened her mouth as soon as she noticed me, but I cut her off before she could speak. Just the last task, right? She jumped from surprise. What? Was it you that wrote it? I didn't. So you don't know what's written here? I can't imagine what it says. It says, "Save the sister school." Just as I thought. Why does this guy know? But this task can't be solved that simply. Stretching. Okay. I haven't made up my mind. What should I do? Okay, I'm not going anywhere. What? Why are you so surprised? Shouldn't make an important decision like that so quickly. I took long enough. I really thought it through. I've been thinking since yesterday. Looking at her face closely, it didn't seem like she had gotten any sleep last night. It was hard to imagine her thinking seriously about anything, but the way she was now, it wasn't impossible. I'll go there to tell the teacher I'm not going. What a twist. I know, right? Whoa, hold it. I can't? You should give it some more thought. I told her. I had no idea why I said this. Why would I have to push her to go? If I don't say anything, she will stay with me. Wasn't that exactly what I wanted? Then why was I trying to stop her? It's like Kyosuke already knew it would turn out like this. And I'm not just being paranoid. I really did think he did. Should I give it some more thought? Yeah. She thought for a while. The more I think, the less I like the idea. No wonder. I mean, I don't know anyone over there. I super duper don't want to go. No, I duper duper don't want to go. Ricky, Kyosuke, that idiot, or the other idiot, none of you will be there. Who should I talk to? Well, your new friends. Like who? You should make new friends over there, Rin. You make new friends in this school. I'm certain you can do it. I was certain of it, but it really was a thin certainty. She'll be in a new class, and her classmates have been hurt mentally. She'll be all by herself. Will there be anything she can do? She didn't have an inkling about what was in store for her, yet I didn't tell her about my fears. I was trying to cheer her on. It's because you and Kyosuke were with me. Even so, you just need to try your best. What's with that? Do you really call yourself my boyfriend? She was shocked. We were still not on the same wavelength. She didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. It further proved that we were boyfriend and girlfriend in name only. Ricky, do you want to break up? I don't, but it's complicated. I like you. I really like you. It was the first time I said that to her. But you still want me to go somewhere far away and make new friends? Yes. I don't get you at all. You're just too simple. What? What if I make friends with some cool guy over there? It'd be great if you did. I really thought so. It'd be wonderful. So I repeated it. You're making fun of me. I'm not. You are. Ugh. Fuka. Your girlfriend is now infuriated with you. Well, I can tell. If the teacher was here now, I'd likely tell him, okay, I'll go. I got it. She just gave me a good tip. You have to keep treating her harshly. Then she'll lose her temper and end up going. Won't break up with me, though. What? You have no other choice. I mean, you're a coward. I said it. I could tell something inside her flipped. It was obvious. She couldn't hide her emotions. Ricky, you? You stupid nincompoop! She yelled so loud that Cat started running away terrified. Then she sprinted off. The puzzled cats followed her with their eyes. I had to apologize to them. I'm sorry. Oh dear. So what you're saying is that this was all planned by Kyosuke. Is that right? Yeah. I called Kengo over that night. Masato said he doesn't want to go speak about the whole thing, and Kyosuke wants Rin to go. Kengo was the only one I can consult about this. It's not like I'm blaming Kyosuke or anything. I mean, he's always been this way, and I don't think he's done anything wrong, but it just rubs me the wrong way. You don't like how he used your feelings in order to make Rin independent? That's one of the reasons, but the one thing I can forgive him for is how he started up the Little Busters again only to have it break up. That morning, the day after he got back from job hunting, he picked up a dirty ball and said he wanted to make up a team, the Little Busters. I was so happy. We had so much fun, I prayed things would never change. I thought only Kyosuke knew how I felt. I thought he understood me, and that made me happy. But that's not what was on his mind at all. It was when he set the plan into motion. The plan to send Rin away, and put an end to the Little Busters. Or maybe he was trying to teach us a lesson, that the Little Busters won't be around forever, that we need to grow up. What is the Little Busters anyway? What do you think it is? A symbol of friendship. I agree with you. I was surprised and happy to hear him agree with me. It's cruel how he wants to put an end to it without talking to anyone about it. Ricky, even if Rin goes away, the Little Busters will still exist. Even if no one else is left, I'll be there to carry it on. When I got back to my room, Masato was sitting beside the cardboard box. What are you doing? Doodling? I peered over his shoulder and saw that he had his textbook open before him. Homework! Why? I just thought I'd let you copy my homework today. I can do it by myself. What, really? I've been doing that every day so far. But you don't feel like doing homework today, right? My feelings had nothing to do with that. Don't be shy. Well, I'm not. Seriously? Seriously. So, will you let me copy your homework like usual? Sure. Awesome. I thought I'd have to pull an all-nighter, seeing how it took me an hour just to finish the first problem. Sheesh. Ricky. You? Want to come over here? It'd be too cramped to sleep. Okay. Why are you being so considerate? Well, you're worried about Rin going away? Well, there's that. It's not like I'll be hurt by your words, so spill it. I see. Look, she dumped you, didn't she? Ah, I see. That's what her words really meant. Guess she did. Wasn't shocked. Never thought that we would have breakfast in such an awkward atmosphere. Kyosuke was eating breakfast while reading a manga magazine. Rin had taken the seat diagonally opposite of me, from me like always, and was eating her breakfast in total silence. Want my pickles? Only Masato was still being considerate toward me. Kengo still had his Little Busters jumper on. I had no idea what the four of them were thinking about. I had no idea where they were heading. Where will their lives take them? Will our plans go separate ways from hereafter? Will each of us have to go our own way? But Kengo had told me, even if no one else is left, I'll be there to carry it on. Even if the others leave, Kengo will be there for me. He's always been busy with kendo practice, and ever since we entered this school, he'd been so busy we'd barely had any time to hang out, but now he felt like the closest person to me. He's always been reliable, and I know I can trust his words. Masato is still being considerate toward me, but he remains neutral. I guess I can still count on him on my side. Even if I have my own thoughts on this, I'm not gonna say anything. That's what I decided a long time ago. Remembered his words. That's when I decided a long time ago. Masato already knew about the whole thing from long ago. He had been maintaining neutrality all this time. He was more mature than me. I can't stay neutral in this. Wouldn't be able to keep laughing with Kyosuke, keeping those feelings inside. This makes me think, weren't even Kengo and Masato struggling all this time? It was just Rin and I who didn't know anything. Maybe they even had a fight about it, someplace we couldn't see. During homeroom the following morning, it was announced that Rin had been chosen as the exchange student. A wave of uneasy commotion swept through the classroom. Everyone knew about our relationship. It was the morning of our separation. All these days I hadn't once looked Rin in the eyes, and I still couldn't do it. Hid behind Kengo and Masato and only listened to their conversation. Why are you hiding your face? I heard Kyosuke say. It's not like we're sending a soldier to war. You'll see her when summer vacation starts, and she can come back every 2 weeks. Until now, the longest we've ever been apart was 3 days, and it's Rin we're talking about, the shyest person I know. No one thought that she would be the first to go away to live in a new place. I know how you feel, but don't make a face like that. You need to smile. Don't make her worry. I don't know what look she has now. I can't even imagine. It might be a face I've never seen on her. You're going over there to help students overcome their trauma. Do you realize that? Stop acting like you're the one who needs help. Here, keep your chin up. Did you say goodbye to your cats? Rin's cats were circling around us, perhaps unaware that she was going away. Oh, I'm out of water. That's it. I'm going to die of thirst, everyone. Rin didn't say anything. The sound of a car engine was getting louder until it stopped. Seriously now. For now, it's just 2 weeks. Hang in there. I heard someone else say goodbye to her. The car door closed. Until the end, Rin didn't utter a word. The sound of the car's engine faded into the distance. Everyone just watched without saying a word. Is it really okay? It's like everyone was asking themselves this question. To dispel this atmosphere, Kyosuke started off toward the dorm. It became a signal for everyone to split up. Only Kamari-san remained, looking at Kyosuke's back with a sad expression. I picked up my cell phone from the desk. I'll be going then. She only sent it to me. With that face. The Little Busters didn't break up. Rin wasn't there, but everyone else was. And the one who took over as the pitcher was none other than Kyosuke. I'll be pitching. With those words, he stood on the mound. I could understand his intentions less and less. I wanted to hit the ball as hard as I could to vent my anger, but Kyosuke pitched much faster than Rin, and I couldn't hit a single ball. What have you been doing all this time? I didn't reply, but faced off against him again. I got a text from Rin later that evening. I don't know anyone. Everyone's so depressed. I can't talk to anyone. I don't know what to do. She was at her wit's end. I can only reply, hang in there, to her. The teacher said something weird to me. He said, why were you chosen? How should I know, stupid? I can only reply with, hang in there. I can't start a conversation with my roommate. I think she's avoiding me. I can only reply with, hang in there. I can't get through to Komari-chan's cell phone, and my texts aren't going through. I tried calling Komari-san. The number you've dialed is temporary, not in service. Recorded voice messages told me expressionlessly. Huh. The following day, Komari-san, about your cell phone. Rin said she couldn't get through to you, and, well, I couldn't either. It's no good. It doesn't work. She took out her cell phone from her pocket and showed it to me. The display was blank. I turned the power on, but nothing changed. What about the battery? I tried everything, which means it must have been damaged. I didn't know. Yep. And also, everyone else can't reach Rin by phone. Seems like they've been blacklisted. A chill ran down my back. What about the password? Well, it's just a security code. He just set it on as his own, so what I can do on the phone is limited. That's because you don't understand most of it, and could do something like deleting all the entries in your address list. Had it been Kyosuke? I can't think of anyone else. But why? Rin, doesn't Kyosuke want to force her to be independent? I guess I should regard Komari-san and me as a concession from him. But Komari-san can't use her phone anyway. Riki-kun, right now, you're the only one who can cheer her up. I know, just me. Both of us went quiet. What can I do for her as her friend? Komari-san, there's nothing I can do now. I could almost see tears welling up in the corner of her eyes. Even if you can't do anything for her now, when she comes back, just greet her with her usual smile and say, welcome back. Okay, I'll do that. A small smile lit her face. It was her usual smile again. Whoosh! I started to make contact with the ball. But my hand would go numb from the impact, and I couldn't grip the bat properly after. The ball seemed so heavy. How could I send it flying? It made all my training with Rin seem pointless. Will I ever be able to hit the ball? Riki, I can't take this anymore. I could still only reply, hang in there, to her. On the following day, Komari-san missed school. I'd heard she had a fever, so she stayed in her room. Now it's just me. Can I really win? Can I really win against Kyosuke? I have to, no matter what it takes. Bang. Set the ball flying. Catcher! Felt like I had taken my revenge on him, for treating Rin so cruelly. Her real brother, the person I had always admired and looked up to. I like that look in your eyes. I don't know what expression I had on my face, not that of hatred. I stood up to Kyosuke, but how did I really feel about him? I don't know. Ricky, I can't take this anymore. Her emoticons were crying today. Ricky, I want to go home. I couldn't bring myself to reply with hang in there. The reason she used this emoticon is that she was actually crying. She's ostracized by her classmates, and her teachers have no faith in her. She's still a kid. This is too much for her. Oh, this is too much. Should have stayed here. She should stay with us. That's for the best. I just answered with, come back. Okay, I will. She answered, still crying. Stop crying and start getting packed. Okay. She stopped crying. You know where the station is? What about money? I'll be fine. I could almost hear the sound of her bell ornament as she nodded. I'm so glad. Now I just have to wait. These horrific days will be over. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. After a while, my phone vibrated. Just this single emoticon. I ran to ask her what had happened. You won't let me go. Was she scolded? I immediately dialed her number, but she didn't pick up. Then, she texted me with the same emoticon as before. Maybe she didn't want to talk to me over the phone while crying. We've never seen her cry before. I felt so powerless. Why did she have to go through all this? Wasn't that enough? She's not like that. She doesn't know how to comfort someone who's sad. She's not cut out for that role. When she's alone, she can't even strike up a conversation. She can't make friends. That's how she is. Please. Let this all end. Ricky. She's waiting for me. I need to save her. I will go to where she is. And bow my head and get her home. I'm coming now. Wait for me. After I was done with my preparations, I exited my room. Where are you going? And there was Kyosuke waiting for me. I ignored him and walked past him, but he grabbed my hand and stopped me. Why are you stopping me? You won't be able to go where she is. I can figure out the place. I tried to shake his hand off with all my might, but he kept his grip firm. He was going to stop me by force. Kyosuke? I grabbed his wrist and returned as tight as I could. Do you know how Rin feels? She's crying. She's crying all alone. She's far away all by herself. I'm sure even you have never seen her crying. I haven't. She never cried, but that's because she's always been under my care. Then help her out one more time. Then there would be no meaning. No meaning. What's the point in doing it in such a forceful way? I said it in such a loud voice everyone in the dorm must have heard me. We're on the verge of losing something way more important. And all these things we've done together, do they mean nothing to you? I will help her. Even if no one does, I will always help her. That's why I'll go look for her. His grip loosened. Just bear with it for 3 days. He couldn't look me straight in the face when he answered. Eh? His expression was unreadable. I'll make it so she can come back next Saturday. Just until the weekend. Stick it out until then. Show me that you can overcome this. Well, what's your answer? I didn't answer. He let go of my hand and walked away as though interpreting my silence as approval. I analyzed the situation. Despite being uncompromising so far, he had given in. But the fact that he could simply decide this on his own seems strange to me. Sure, he'll be able to get things done, but it's not something I can do. But as I'm no longer dependent on him either, I can go to Rin's school. I should look for it. I went back to my room to search for the pamphlet I had received at the beginning of the new school year. Our teacher's home number was supposed to be written there. I had to try his cell phone number first, though. Ring, ring! Hello? Sorry to call so late. It's Naoi. Oh, what happened? Something urgent? Rin, Natsumi-san, do you know where she transferred? No idea. What are you asking me? Why do you ask Natsumi directly? Didn't know how to reply. It seems that her cell phone has poor reception. Said that she was going through a rough time in the email I got, so I wanted to go check up on her. I see. I don't know anything about the transfer paperwork. Try asking someone in the school office. Why don't you go there tomorrow? Okay, thanks for your help. Good night. Good night. I hung up the phone. I said it like he had solved my problem, but tomorrow was too late. Rin was crying now. I called out our school office. Didn't expect anyone to be around, but I had to give it a shot. Hello? Someone picked up the phone. Excuse me, I'm Noe from Class 2E. What's the matter? It's almost midnight. I happen to be working overtime, so I answered the call. I'm sorry, but this is very important. Do you know where Natsumi-san from Class 2E transferred to? I heard it's a sister school. I'm sorry, but I'm not supposed to disclose that information. Why? Calm down. What's wrong? No need to talk in that tone. Explain what Rin was going through. That's why I really need to go see how she's doing. Well, I can understand that, but rules are rules. I pressed her to no avail. Why won't they tell me? The Kyosuke had made sure it'd be like this. Is he really just a student? Even if he did work behind the scenes, there's only so much he could have done. But he knew. He said he wouldn't be able to go to Rin, just like he had predicted everything with Lennon. After a while, I dialed Rin's number one more time to ask how she was doing. She didn't answer, but she texted me with, I calmed down a bit. I was slightly reassured. After some deliberation, I told her about Kyosuke's plan, and asked her if she could wait for a little longer. She was surprised and asked if it was true. Yes. Wasn't really sure, but I still said yes. Just 3 days, right? She wanted to make sure. Answered with yes. After some time, then I'll be waiting. That's how she replied. So easy to say, hang in there. Just push everything on the other person and get absolved of all responsibility. It's so simple, but there was only one thing I could do. I couldn't even make it so she could come back from the weekend without Kyosuke's help. But still, I can beat him in the game. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded. Okay. The infield defense was strong. Since there were 3 runners on, there was no need to tag them all up. They'd be forced out. Looked like we had the advantage. Actually, I was in quite a predicament as the batter. Just had to hit the ball into the outfield. I grasped the bat further from the knob and entered the box. If I had held it this way, I could even hit Kyosuke's pitches. Play! Kengo's voice echoed across the field. Even in a situation like this, Kyosuke remained as calm and collected as ever. Let's try to hit the first pitch. Kyosuke assumed his position. I waited for the ball. Whoosh! Strike! Before I realized it, the ball had already sailed past me. A slight step. His pitching velocity hadn't fallen at all. There's nothing Kyosuke can't do. Second pitch. Whoosh! Strike! I swung, but it was too late. I couldn't figure out when to swing because of his slide step technique. Everything I had learned so far was useless. I didn't think I could make contact anymore. I had lost my calm. Didn't feel like I could hit it at all anymore. Yeah. Maybe he should pitch the ball next. Or maybe he's going to pitch inside and make me change my position. Or pitch higher or outside to confuse me. Either way, I should let the ball go by. 2-0. But if I do let it go by, I will miss his next pitch because of his slide step. There's no way I could hit that. I could have as well closed my eyes when I swing the bat, which meant I must hit this pitch. I was gripping the bat at the top of the handle now, so he would likely pitch outside. I will desperately swing at the ball with all my might. You will notice if I change my grip now. Kyosuke prepared to pitch for the 3rd time. Not a slight step, but I got the timing right. An outside fastball. I was changing its trajectory. Went after it. The world turned sideways. So fast. Lost all sense of direction. Could only see the white ball. Going for it. There was nothing else. I felt the weight of the ball. Cling! Impact knocked the bat out of my hands. Collapsed on the ground. How unsightly. Run! That runner's heading for home. Kengo's voice brought me back to my senses. First base! Realized that I had hit the ball into the infield. Got to my feet and ran to where Kengo pointed. Piece of cake. Throw it back home. Heard Kyosuke shout as I made my way to first base. Safely reached the base. Looked back, I saw the 3rd base runner make it home. Meaning that, I looked around. Runner on second kicked off toward 3rd base. That's crazy! The catcher Masato was kneeling with his glove stretched out to catch the ball. The ball flew like an arrow back to home plate. Close play. A cloud of dust puffed up. Kengo was holding out his hand, parallel to the ground. Safe! We did it! You've got to be kidding me. I hold the record of running 100 meters in 12 seconds. I will not be tapped out no matter who my opponent is. Sasami? The taxi came to a halt. The door opened and Rin stepped out. She looked like a young lady from some rich family, and the unfamiliar sight caught me by surprise, as I hadn't seen her when she left a week ago. I'm back. Welcome back. We greeted each other simply as the car's engine started up. The car was far away now, but Rin didn't budge an inch. I was hesitant to move toward her too, so we stood where we were. Listen, Ricky. She broke the silence. I know. I hung in there. I know you did. It was a long week. I know. I was all alone. I know. It must have been tough. It was really tough. There was no one for me. I know you did all you could. But I have to go back tomorrow. That's why I'm not happy at all to be back. I will have to go there again tomorrow. I'm so sick of this already. I don't want to go. During these 2 days, I'd really give her the strength to keep walking. Cats had already gathered up around Rin. They were rubbing against her legs and climbing over her shoes. They were trying to cheer her on. Finally, I walked up to her and patted her on the head. Let's all have fun together. Rin shook her head. No? I want to be just with you, Ricky. Oh, and with cats too. Nya, nya, nya. The cats shook their tails as she meowed. She leaned over, placing her hands on her knees, and ran her eyes over the cats. How have you been? One calico cat extended its front legs forward and pushed up against Rin. I got it. She squatted down. I thought you hated being groomed. Did you grow to like it? The cat sat beside her in a regal manner. Meow. You say you want to see if I can do it properly? As you wish, I'll show you what I'm made of. I'm gonna make you meow like never before. Oh, I didn't have a brush. Will my fingers do? Meow. It's going to take a while. You don't often get a chance like this, so you should feel lucky. Rin loosened up while grooming her cat and started muttering under her breath. Nya nya. She was meowing too. Meow. Not good enough for you? Prod prod. The cat pawed Rin's leg. Then it suddenly put its leg on Rin's knee. Meow. Yeah, what's up with you? It's ticklish, don't lick me. Feels like sandpaper. Yahoo! It's ticklish. Meow meow meow. What? One after another, cats lifted their front legs on her knees. Ah! She fell down on her back and before long was completely covered by a swarm of cats. Hey, stop that! Lick lick. It licked all over her cheeks. I'm telling you, it tickles. She tried to shoo the cats from her, but they just kept coming back. Ah, it tickles. Cut it out. Yeah. Stop it, you. Her voice always had this kindness when she scolded her cats. Listen to what I say. Bad. Meow. Phew. She looked over the herd of cats, and with a sigh of relief and satisfaction, her face lit up in a smile. Come here. She called one of the cats and embraced it warmly. You sleep too much in the afternoon. Just look at your fur. The cat meowed softly. Ooh, nya, nya. She imitated the cat in the most innocent of voices. In the end, I only had to look at her from afar. Are you there? Every now and then, she would look back at me. Sure am. Good. She answered with relief. Don't leave me. It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. Rin was afraid of being left alone. She didn't trust anyone except me. This is the result of just 1 week. Heard that she tried phoning everyone when she was in the other school, but with no luck. No one picked up the phone or sent a reply. Only I kept in touch with her. Had it been Kyosuke's work too? Looked out the window. Wonder if everyone was playing baseball like always. Were all of them on Kyosuke's side? What were they trying to accomplish? I couldn't fathom it. Felt so distant from them. Since when did Little Buster stop being the place for us to be? If they keep treating Rin this cruelly, I have to protect her, even if by myself. Maybe I should take her with me and run someplace far, far away. Thought suddenly occurred to me. A week ago, I had prayed that she'd overcome these hardships so that our relationship would mature. But when I look at her now, she's becoming even weaker than when she used to be with us. How she can deal with the troubles imposed on her. And what's more, something much more important could be lost in the process. What should I do? I need someone to help me. I need someone to show me the right way. I was at a complete loss. Suddenly to first base. Remembered that voice. It was Kengo. His reassuring voice. I wanted to talk to Kengo. Wanted him to help me run forward like that time. I waited until nightfall. When everyone else was in the cafeteria, I took Maya and Rin's dinner to my room. Rin didn't want to see anyone. I asked Masato to sleep in another room. He agreed without asking why. Rin, I don't want to remind you again, but... She looked up at me, holding a bowl of rice in her hands. Did you try contacting Kengo over there? She shook her head. I think Kengo is our only ally now. I told her in a quiet tone. It's weird to put it this way. I don't mean to say everyone else is our enemy. I'm sure they're having a tough time too. I know it's for your own good, but only Kengo thinks of you and me now. So, when you finish eating, I want to call him over. I don't know how to face him. Was she unable to trust even Kengo? Just act like always. I don't even remember what it was like. Then take some cats with you and get to the upper bank. She finally complied. Called Kengo and he immediately came to my room. Somehow I was happy to see him in that ridiculous jumper. Where's Rin? In the bed, pointed at the bulge under the blanket. Is she feeling sick? Well, about that. I know everyone thinks about Rin, but casting her aside, you know, it's having her the opposite effect. She's going to become even more helpless than before. Look, she's even afraid of meeting you. She only seems to trust me now. I don't know how to persuade the others, and Kyosuke will be in my way. So I thought that I'd run away with Rin. Kengo listened to me with his eyes fixed on the ground. He didn't say a word, so I asked him, Say, Kengo, is this the right way? Let me tell you, if you two run away now, I have nothing but despair waiting for you. Are you saying I won't be able to protect Rin? There will be no light of hope. If you let go of her hand even once, you will never get it back. Do you still plan to go? Give up, right? I should give up. Yeah, let's give up. If so, I will never let go of her hand. I will hold her hand forever. You're not that strong. He knew I was just pretending to be tough. There was no secret to me. I was uncertain myself. I'm suffering from narcolepsy. Never letting go of her when he was certainly impossible. When he put it so bluntly, it was especially painful. That means I still have some time too. But there's no time left. There is time. No, there isn't. They'll take her back tomorrow evening. What will we have until then? Even if I become stronger before she next comes back here, what will happen to her in one more week? And in another week after that? She might no longer be herself by then. And even then, there's no guarantee I will change. No guarantee you will change. There's only one way left. What way? Fight with Kyosuke. Kengo was showing me the way, but one that was too much for me. Fight with Kyosuke. If you win, the little busters will be eternal. Eh? His words caught my attention. You mean everything will be like before? Exactly. Isn't that what you wished for? You're contradicting yourself, Kengo. If I'm not strong, how can I win? If it wasn't for you, Rin wouldn't be here today. We're talking about how I got hit against Kyosuke. A hit. That was pure fluke. And Sasagawa-san helped a lot too. Don't worry. You're not alone. I'll be there for you. What's with the hostility? Kyosuke realized the graveness of the situation once he saw the fierce look in Kengo's eyes. 2-on-1? You can bring whoever you want, but I will be Ricky's partner, that is decided. With that hand of yours? It's a mere decoration. Right. How do we decide the winner? It's up to you. Okay, then. Little Busters has become a baseball team. How about we settle it on the field? Kyosuke stood up. Your partner pitches the ball, and whoever hits the ball beyond the fence 3 times first wins. Let's do it. Well, who's your partner? Sorry. I heard someone's voice. It's me. I turned around and saw Masato approaching with the bat in his hand. It's finally time to put those muscles of yours to use. Shut up. I haven't been working out for something like this. All you need to do is swing the bat with all your might. I will make the ball hit the bat. Doubt it'll be that easy, but I'm not gonna lose. Masato looked at Kengo as if trying to set him ablaze with his eyes. Kengo will have to be the batter too, being the stronger of us. It will be a game of strength between Masato and Kengo. Masato's pride will not allow him to lose to Kengo, so he's as serious about the game as us, albeit for different reasons. It was likely all part of Kyosuke's scheme. Consider the irony of the situation. 4 friends glaring at one another defiantly. I'd never seen anything like this before. Kyosuke looked up at the sky. It's going to rain. Better get started already. I shouldn't make Rin wait for too long either. We played rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first. I won. What should I pick? We need to warm up. Let's go after them. I decided to go second. Kyosuke put on a glove for no apparent reason and took to the mound. Try swinging the bat. Masato followed his orders and entered the box. Use all your strength. You don't need to tell me. I always do. Okay, let's get started. I will pitch from the windup. You need to figure out the timing. You will have this. You will only have this one pitch for that. He raised the glove above his head and quickly pitched the ball. It was a weak fastball. Clang! Masato caught it with the bat. Foul ball. It went beyond the school building, vanishing into the cloudy sky. The distance was good enough. You'll get it right next time. I pretty much got it right on the first try. Change. Kyosuke stepped down from the mound. I turned to Kengo. You'll be batting, right? Just now, I thought about pitching. But I have to bat. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. Take it. Kengo caught the bat Masato tossed at him in the air. If we take the lead here, it's going to be huge. It's stressful to be in a position of having to catch up. If only I can pitch the ball in the strike zone, Kengo will take care of the rest. It's Kengo we're talking about. So far as physical strength is concerned, Kengo is unrivaled. And not only that, he's just as strong mentally. I can rely on him. As long as I don't mess up, we can win. Let's do it. I took a set position. I turned to the side, looking at Kengo. I was gripping the bat with just one hand like before. Badum, I could hear my heart beating. Isn't it too fast? Badum, was I nervous? It's okay, calm down. I shouldn't think of anything. I just need to throw the ball. Why am I taking so long? Kengo won't get the timing right. Badum, just pitch it already. I did my knee, rotating my hips and balancing my body. Wait, as I lowered my leg, I realized something was off. Was the mountain always so high? It was the reason I made a mistake. When I pitched the ball, the angle was too shallow. Like that, the ball slipped from my fingers. I got my eyes fixed on the ground. I couldn't raise my head. No sound came from the batter's box. It's okay, I have the next one. Kengo cheered up. I felt something hit my head. Raindrops had started falling and quickly turned into a downpour. You can't play long like this. Whoever gets a 1-point lead wins. Got it? Kyosuke's voice echoed through the sports grounds. Looks like the only choice. Kengo agreed to the terms. Change. Kyosuke touched my shoulder and I finally stepped down from the mound. I could not meet Kengo's eyes. Masato, get to get it right now. Prove to everyone that your muscles aren't for show. I don't need to prove that to anyone. They're not worth anything unless you do. Stop provoking me. I always use my full strength. Sounds promising. Masato picked up the bat and got into position. Kyosuke prepared to pitch. Clang. A short and sharp sound. I didn't need to confirm it with my eyes. Judging by the speed and angle alone, the ball went far beyond the field. If we don't hit the ball now, we lose. Ricky, you have nothing to worry about. Rest assured, your partner is the one called 100 battles, no defeat. I'm a man who always pulls through. Believe in me. I answered him with a silent nod. Let's go. I walked to the mound lashed by rain. I kept my mind blank, put my entire faith in Kengo Miyazawa. He's unrivaled, and he's my friend. Rain was stinging my eyes. I brushed my hair out of the way, and I got into the set position. I'm ready, Kengo. I only said it in my mind, but for some reason, Kengo gave me a nod. The only reason I could remain calm was because Kengo took all the responsibility. I lifted up my leg, balancing on the other one. My left foot was planted firmly on the ground. With a final shake of my hand, I released the ball from my fingertips. It was a normal pitch. The ball zipped forward toward the area around Kengo's chest. It was a bit close, but it was enough for Kengo to miss. His eyes blinked. Something made him miss. The ball hit the fence behind him and dropped uselessly to the ground. What the hell? He screamed so loudly that drops of water splattered around. Cheap tricks! He turned to Kyosuke, his face contorted in anger. Kyosuke! He tossed his bat away and strode toward Kyosuke. Never seen him get so worked up. He roughly grabbed hold of Kyosuke's shirt and both of them fell to the ground. They rolled across the muddy field. Masato hurried to break them up. He helped Masato by pulling Kengo's arms behind his back. He was so strong. Kengo didn't let go of Kyosuke's shirt collar. Masato tried to pull his hand away, but Kengo didn't give in. In the end, Kyosuke's shirt tore and a button sprang off. Only then did Kengo loosen his grip. Masato and I grasped him and pinned him to the ground, and Masato locked Kengo's arm behind his back. Finally, he was pacified. Only the sound of the rain and ragged breath could be heard. We remained motionless, waiting for the rain to wash off the mud. Kyosuke was the first to get up. He looked down at us. No, at Kengo. His shirt was ruined. There was a certain sacredness to it, a vague feeling of the holy. The image of crucified Christ flashed in my mind. Called a game. Game, and the umpire calls the game off for reasons such as the weather. He only said that as he disappeared into the rain. Sheesh, guys, huh? I lay in my room dumbfounded. Even Kengo couldn't win against Kyosuke. Still plastered with mud, he simply went off somewhere after that. His steps had been heavy, as though he couldn't really see anything anymore. I almost went after him, but Masato told me to leave him alone. Masato and I took a bath afterward and went our separate ways. Went back into the room where Rin was waiting for me. She was sleeping in the bed together with her cats. She looked so innocent, so deeply attached to her cats. Felt so much like a symbol of the way we'd been until recently that I felt like crying. She would soon have to wake up and say goodbye to the cats, only to be taken to some faraway place. Why did Rin of all people have to go through this? If she stayed here, wouldn't that be real happiness for her? I considered the possibilities, warming my hands with a cup of coffee. I ran away with Rin. Kengo had said there would be nothing but despair for us. But it's still better than doing nothing and letting Rin go. If Rin says she wants to run away, then I won't have to think twice. I'll take her with me and go, and end these painful days. Getting prepared for such a day. Where should I run to? I had enough money. My parents left it for me. Wasn't particularly happy about spending the only thing I had to remember them by. But with that money, we could get by. At last I called Masato. Hey, it's me. What's up? Only when I heard his voice did I realize that I didn't know why I had called him. Nothing to tell him. I told him about my plans. He might try to stop me. Should keep quiet. But Masato is my roommate. We spent so much time together in this room. He's only interested in working out. He as always copies my homework. But it was thanks to him that I had so much fun. I hadn't felt lonely. I couldn't see clearly through my tears. Ricky? I'm sorry, I drove you out of the room. The room belonged to the both of us. I'm cool with that. You can use it all you want to from now on. Ricky! Heard a voice coming from the bed. Rin had woken up. Thank you, Masato. I said to him in the end. I don't know what you're on about, but thank you too. Hung up the phone. Is someone here? She asked worriedly. No, I just made a call. I see. She yawned with relief as she spoke. Yawn. Listen, Rin. I leaned on the bed and looked at her face. Let's run away. She didn't understand what I was talking about. You don't want to go back, right? She nodded. Then why should we run away? That's why we should run away, right now. Then you won't have to go back there. Really? Her eyes widened in surprise. Yeah, really. Great! She was happy. She was like a small child. Not thinking about what would happen to her and what was waiting ahead. She didn't think about anything. I turned off the lights and told Rin to hide in the bed. At night, the dorm mother and the other grown-ups I didn't know came to ask me if I knew where Rin was. I lied that I didn't. Decided to depart in the morning. I figured it'd be dangerous to move out during the night. Even if we did manage to leave the school, we'd likely end up in police custody. I also couldn't get Kengo's words out of my head. No light of hope. If you let go of her hand even once, you will never get her back. I feared the darkness. Finally, dawn broke. The sky in the west was still dark. There was still time before students would come out for their morning practices. We took our backpacks and left the dorm. Both of us had our everyday clothes on. It was quiet. Everyone was still asleep. At this time, there isn't even anyone patrolling the campus. We arrived at the gates. Obviously, they were closed. I climbed over as quickly as I could. I told Rin to throw her bag over the gates, but she didn't hear me and just gripped the gate. She jumped over without much effort. Well, she was more physically fit than me anyway. I guess I said we should go, but she shook her head. Why? They won't come after us. On the other side of the gates, several cats were sitting and watching us. Lennon! Fyodor! Audrey! She called out her cats' names. I was worried that someone would hear her loud voice, but I couldn't stop her. She kept desperately calling out, but not a single cat came over to this side. The cats turned away from us as if they agreed upon it, and went back to the way they came. I'll go get them. Rin put her hand on the gates. Don't. I clutched her shoulder. We don't have time. I desperately appealed to her. We didn't have time, but there was another reason I think I didn't want to take the cats with us. They were all cats Kyosuke had found. Lennon was one of his subordinates. I didn't want to live in fear that he still somehow kept tabs on us. Felt sorry for Rin, but if you need a cat, I will get you one. I promised to her. I know you feel lonely, but we must go. I pulled her away from the gates. Like that, we left so many precious things behind and ran away. We boarded a train. It's true we ran away, but it's not like we didn't have a destination. I consulted Rin about where we should go once we got on the train. We can't rent an apartment, but if we live on the street, we will stand out. We won't enjoy our freedom for too long after like that. So I think we should go to someone we know first. The one you know? You know him too. Talking about your grandpa, as in Kyosuke's grandfather. It may seem foolish to seek refuge in such a place even though we're hiding from Kyosuke. But I remembered well that Kyosuke was on bad terms with his grandfather, and that Rin was attached to him. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but back then we had gone on a little buster's training camp. It was Kyosuke's idea to go somewhere, but it was Rin who decided where to go. I want to go to Grandpa's house. I remember Kyosuke's frown of displeasure when he heard her say that. That Kyosuke. I don't know why he decided to go to his grandfather's house regardless. Maybe he just listened to Rin's wish, or maybe he thought he could win now that he'd grown. In the end, it was a complete defeat for him. He lost in every game or mission that Kyosuke called them his grandfather came up with. As the loser, he always had to go through humiliation and embarrassment, which was something he really experienced. All of it was just so hysterical. Rin must have recalled that time too, as a smile crossed her face. I'm sure he will protect you even if Kyosuke comes. Okay, let's go there. She gave a nod. It was a long journey. It was evening when we arrived by their grandfather's house. We rang the bell, but no one came out. Maybe he's out. It looked suspicious waiting for him at the gate, so we let ourselves in the yard. The sight brought back so many memories. We had called this place our training camp. Played all sorts of games. I still remember the man's sly smile when he dared us to try something. How I'd love to see him smile like that now. Waited for the roughly an hour. It was time for dinner, but if he was out, it was about time he came back. I'm hungry. It wasn't the first time she said it. I had money, so there was no need for us to starve. Alright, let's get something to eat. Yep. Noticed the store on the way from the station. Once we had procured food, where should we eat? Let's go inside. Squeak. Rin got to the porch and opened the glass door. Well, what's wrong? I was thinking it's a bad idea to just barge in like that. Surprised that the door wasn't locked too. It's okay, he's my grandpa. She went inside. She had a point. So long as she's here, it feels like we may do what we wish. I followed suit. I turned the lights on in the living room and looked around. Rin's grandfather was nowhere to be found. I'd like to make one thing clear. Is your grandfather in good health? Good what? I mean, is he okay? Hope he's feeling well, but you haven't heard anything about him dying or something. I haven't. If he did, they would let Rin as his grandchild know first. So if she hadn't, she should be in good health. There was an altar in the room. It was for Rin's grandmother. I never met her in person. Rin and I folded our hands in prayer. Let's go get something to eat. We left the house. Are we expecting company? No, I don't think we are. There was too many meals on the table. I had brought pretty much everything Rin said she wanted to eat. I had enough money, but that was still overdoing it. Fried shrimp with chili sauce, steamed dumplings with shrimp. Isn't that a tad too much shrimp? Why didn't she just say she wanted to eat shrimp? But it's sort of like a party. No need to stuff yourself up though. Yep. She held a glass of juice in her hand. We were supposed to be on the run. Was it okay for us to live in luxury like this? I wasn't sure. We'd have to make food by ourselves starting tomorrow. I was glad Rin was enjoying herself now though. Let's dig in. She was wolfing down the food at a furious pace. Now that I thought of it, we hadn't eaten all that much in the afternoon. Overcome by a feeling of insecurity, food just wouldn't go down our throats. By now we felt at ease. At least we tried to. Ricky, look, there's even more shrimp shrimp here. More like there's nothing but shrimp. Didn't she even notice herself? Well, shrimp are delicious, so no problem. We watched TV. When the program ended, it was almost 10 in the evening. Is he not coming back today? Baby, let's take a bath. She didn't really answer my question, but her suggestion was quite reasonable. What do we do now? Surprisingly, there was no gas in the house. We had to use firewood in the backyard to heat the bath. Actually, Kyosuke had to heat the bath back then too. Memories of Kyosuke reluctantly heating up the bath came back to me. I think he simply stuffed the furnace with some fresh wood Masato brought from the mountain. Both of them got scolded afterward. Kaga was desperately trying to start a fire, but all the while shedding tears due to the smoke. Kyosuke called him a crybaby. I was just loitering around. Rin was munching on the watermelon and she got from her grandfather. Relying on a vague memory, I piled up some wood and struck a match. With a brush of luck, I managed to get a good fire going. The heat from the fire was so strong that the bathwater would heat up very fast. When everything else was done, you had to stir the water and put a wooden lid at the bottom of the bathtub. If you didn't, you could get a burn if you touched it. The bath is ready. She took a towel and some toiletry and went to the dressing room. Is the water too hot? I asked her through the window and removed some of the firewood that she had turned into charcoal. No, it's good. Her voice was accompanied with a splashing sound. My heartbeat quickened when I glimpsed getting her out of the bath. How long has it been since I last seen her like that? Must have been too small to actually think anything of the situation at the time. Well, guys, I know it's a little soon, but now that I had a hard time speaking, 2 minutes when my heartbeat was loud enough for others to hear. Would you take a bath? But yeah, I'm going to pause it here, guys, because I got a place to go today. But tomorrow, I will do the full 3 hours. So look forward to that. Thank you all for watching. Tonight will be the finale of Final Fantasy Rebirth. So look forward to that. Take care, Blue Thunder, and Minim, and Hellfire Skyrim if you're... yep, Minim's still here. And Hellfire Skyrim. Y'all be good. I'll see all of you very soon with more of Little Busters. And more of a different game tomorrow. Final Fantasy's tonight. Alright, I'm rambling. Bye!